pops off. Did you see? I think I sent you it. It was the comedian that I follow. His name is Mike Falzone, and he was like doing like a plank on a half exercise ball, and then his wife's like, "Why do you work out?" And he's like, "To look cool during sex." And like he just like explains that over. He's like, "Well, no, it's probably so that you could feel healthy, you know, like feel good about it." He's like, "No, yeah, that and all, but mainly to look cool during sex."
Honestly, it can be argued that looking cool during sex is impossible unless you're a porn star and they edit it to make it so.
That's a good point. Yeah, you got to get them angles, you know, just like all that shit.
You can't look cool during sex. It's impossible.
Oh, I'm trying to like angle myself without looking.
That's how we're starting this, by saying you cannot look cool during sex. You think you look cool, but
you think you look cool during sex? Welcome to the Save It Before Quitting podcast, where we can tell you you don't. Fuck you.
Listen. Like sex is more. It's like functional. It's like
Sex is a function.
You're already doing the thing that you've been trying. It's already cool that you're doing it. Don't also try to look cool during sex. You're an overachiever.
That's a good point, I guess. I mean, I don't know. I can't. I have not. I don't know. Yeah, I'm not really thought about it.
Exactly, because no one's trying to. Once I'm fucking, I'm not sitting here like I hope I look cool.
I guess, but I mean, like, you kind of are, if you think of it, like, you're kind of like, man, I'm doing this move that I saw, you know, like.
Are you? Is that how you get down?
Sometimes, every once in a while, you know, like I saw this in a thing, and sometimes it works, other times it's like, what the fuck are you doing, but like, you know. I
think when you're in the middle of it, I'm never sitting here like, I hope I look awesome. Like, I think it's because, like, well, I did the hard. I'm here.
You did the hard part, and that was the hard part.
And I'm giving her the hard part.
In the middle, when you're in the middle of it.
Exactly.
Jesus Christ. Is this in the podcast?
Yeah, well, we're
Jesus
keeping this.
Christ.
We're keeping this.
Oh,
you never
fuck.
like chicks never on top of you. Like, well, I don't know. I think it's more so with the guy. I don't think that the chick just has to be there. Not like they're not contributing. I'm saying they have... No. Don't take that out of context. What I mean is we will accept them always. The chick is always the focal.
But they don't matter, is what you're saying.
That didn't say they didn't matter.
Exactly what you...
No.
They don't matter in the way that Mario Party, nothing matters.
I'm saying they don't have to... They don't need to look cool.
True. Yeah, I get that.
I feel like that's more on... I feel like that would be more of the guys thinking than the
because,
ladies thinking.
See, here's the thing. Women, and they are just inherently, like, they look cool no matter what. Like, they could be looking disheveled as fuck.
That's all
and they're always looking cool during sex. Dudes, we got, like, the dumb face on where we're like, ugh. And then, like, we're, like, sweating and dripping and shit. And, like, it's not a good time. For them,
they have to be enjoying. You have to do such a good job that you're not worried about looking cool.
Yeah, I guess. Dude, I saw a TikTok the other day. Obviously, I was at work and I was scrolling, and there was like this chick, and she was talking about like some TikTok guy she was hooking up with. She's like, "Yeah, so I'm on top," and like without thinking, she's like, "Look what I can do," and she does like an impression of Jim Carrey from The Grinch. Like, I have so many things to do, this and that, like that, and she like verbatim quotes the movie, and then like she's like, "Isn't that pretty cool?" And he's like, "Yeah, it's pretty cool." And they just kept going, and she's like, "I think I love this guy," because like that's fucking amazing.
Because in a man's mind, it was like, you could do whatever. I'm here. I've achieved it.
We are one at the moment, and you are quoting the Grinch live action movie to me.
Yeah,
you're my soulmate. But apparently,
you could be in the middle of it and do that, and I'm like, yeah, I like that Grinch shit. Keep going. Like, I don't actually think I like that Grinch shit. I just think in the moment.
In the moment for me, I would just be laughing, but still having a great time.
Of course,
because it's just funny and it's a good time. Like, I feel like for you, yours would be like fucking something from like The Simpsons, like a Marge impression, like, "Oh, Auntie."
That might stop me. That might be like, what?
That's the worst Marge, I think.
Oh, you think you Marge?
And then you just go, "Dope." And that's when you bust when you say "doe."
Listen,
a deer, a female deer.
I see what you did.
Jesus Christ. What the fuck is this video game podcast, bro?
Listen,
it's
man,
off the rails now.
Gamers be fucking.
Do they? I thought that was the meme that they don't be fucking.
Benefit of the doubt. Gamers, do you be fucking? Write the show. Or save before quitting
I feel
at
like I gotta
gmail.com.
sit the fuck up for this episode, man. Like I'm like lounging, but meanwhile we're fucking talking about.
Listen, man, it's been
God.
a deep 2 episodes. Like it's been a very serious.
Yeah.
Let's get back to the left field antics of the intro.
We're back to fucking. I don't know.
And you can't do that without legs.
Yes, you can. You can fuck without legs.
I guess technically you could fuck without legs. But no, you'd have to get fucked without legs.
No, you can fuck without legs, man. You just use your arms as like, and you just swing like a fucking. You ever seen like the dipping bird in the water? It's like that in reverse.
You're gonna break that poor girl's pelvis, swinging into her vagina like that.
Hey, man, I have my legs still. It's fine. But those other men.
I'm talking about this hypothetical.
Yeah, they just like hold their arms and it's like whooping, whooping.
Does it make that noise too?
Yeah.
Is there a bell in there?
So it's like this.
If you're watching the video version, you're missing some quality demonstration.
Thank you, visual representation of Nico, for that. Yes. Yeah. How's your week been so far? Chilling, maxing, relaxing, all cool?
You know, shooting some b-ball outside. It's cool.
I feel like that's the only thing I say now because I just love Fresh Prince too much.
I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. I was talking to this friend of mine because I don't know if you've seen this, but Disney announced that they're making a new Muppets thing, and it's Muppets Haunted Mansion.
Oh, wait. Didn't they do that?
No, they just announced it on Disney Plus.
No, but isn't Muppet Haunted Mansion isn't a thing? That
It
was
is
never
now,
a movie?
no. There was the Haunted Mansion movie with Eddie Murphy.
I remember that.
There was a Muppets movie.
But there used to be Muppets movies. There wasn't a maybe I'm conflating two things.
I think so. Because there was never a Muppets Haunted Mansion till now.
I remember there being a Christmas Muppets thing.
There was a Christmas, yeah. There was the Great Muppet Caper. There was the
Maybe
Muppets
I'm thinking
movie.
of that.
There was
right.
the actual Muppets movie from like recent, and then there was Muppets Most Wanted.
Muppets Burp Most Wanted. That's my favorite one.
Really?
What?
Are you serious?
Muppets Burp Most Wanted? I was making fun of the fact
Oh,
that
I thought you said that Muppets Most Wanted was your favorite. So I'm like, wow,
No,
that's a hot take right there.
You said Muppets.
Oh no,
Most
sorry.
Wanted.
That's just the way I am.
No, I've never seen that shit. Go on.
No, Muppets are great, man. But she was talking about, she's like, she doesn't know what it's going to be, like where it's going to take place, or like what Muppets they're going to use, or like the Haunted Mansion, right? And I was like, is there a difference? And apparently there's two completely different Haunted Mansions. Like there's one in Disney World, I think, which is the Florida one. And that's like the actual one that looks like a mansion, almost spooky like.
Right.
And then there's one in Disneyland. And like she sent me a picture of it, and it has like marble columns and shit in the front, and looks like almost like the American house in Epcot, if you know what I'm talking about, like the one that's like you go around the world.
Oh,
in the
yeah.
It looks like that, but with like marble columns. And I straight up said to her, I was like, bro, that looks like the house from French Prince. Like, what the fuck? Like, I didn't think that was the Haunted Mansion at first. Like, I thought Uncle Phil was throwing him out real quick. DJ Jazzy Jeff's just like going out. And I was like, okay, Gonzo. Like, now I want that. I want Muppets Fresh Prince.
How do you even combine that?
So you have Will Smith be the new head of the house, and then he throws Gonzo out. Like, straight up. Like, he's like, hey, you remember when Uncle Phil would toss you out? And then he'd be like, yeah, what are you talking about? He's like, can you do it? And then just cut and be like, out just toss the puppet out.
Have fun animating that.
Oh, fuck.
I feel like now I have to see it.
Yeah. I have to, like, voice Will Smith. But yeah. What do you think of his shit
clips
recently?
from the dad bod thing?
Yeah. Because, like, at first it was like almost like an empowering thing. And then it turned into a hashtag ad.
People started doing it. Oh, yeah. It's Will Smith.
No. It was an ad for a TV show.
Oh, it was?
Yeah, he's doing a YouTube, I think it's YouTube Red original series.
Oh, yeah, I did see that.
Or maybe it's Netflix, I don't know. But, like, yeah, I'm like, so you try to empower people, and, like, you make us think it's genuine, but then you're just like, by the way, it's a TV show. Like,
it might be genuine, but also I'm Will Smith. It's like, if I was in his position, I very much could have been in my house like, I look like shit. Which,
to be fair, he doesn't, in my opinion. But
yeah, but he probably looks like shit to him compared to how you envision action movie Will Smith.
Like Bad Boys Will Smith.
Right,
Like,
right.
if the number one Will... Oh,
Like
I gotta watch Bad Boys tonight. I think because
Like,
I haven't seen it in so
even
long.
in like 2, he was like skinny fit in 1. 2, he got like jacked.
Dude, I liked 2 because wasn't that the one where they introduced Martin Lawrence's daughter's boyfriend?
And they answer the door and fuck with him.
Dude, that was
That's like the classic scene.
I love those movies. Man, I miss old movies. Like I miss Sister Act, like movies like that. Like Sister Act 1 was
comedies.
great, but Sister Act 2 was so much better in my opinion.
Sister Act was good.
Yeah.
That's one of those movies that would just come on and I would just watch it.
Oh yeah, every single time for the second one for me though. Like that was the one. Like the first one, I was like, okay, this is good. But like when you bring all the kids in, and they go to like that competition, and then you get like the little kid with the high note, and like you get like the one like token white guy that's like really good at rapping for some reason with the other guy, and they do
because why would he be the one good at rapping?
Yeah. Well, he had his buddy too that was also. Now that I'm thinking about it, remember Drumline?
Of course.
There was also the token white guy that was also like that. Was that the same dude? They look super similar.
I don't know. Now I got to go back and check.
Yeah. In my head, they look extremely similar.
Isn't he the one in Drumline with hitting the drum with his like hips and shit?
You gotta bang your drum, man. Dude, I used to be in Drumline, so like that was our end-all be-all movie. Like when that shit came out, it was when I think I was my first year in Drumline. So I was in the bass drum section because like you start off basic, bitch, you get bass drum. Like you got to get up to like snare and like tenors and shit. And I remember that was like the thing. And then even the rest of the band loved it too because like the whole one band, one sound thing. Right. And dude, we would like say that in high school and it was, oh dude, it was so good.
Drumline really came out at the perfect time.
Oh yeah, same. It was the best time for it to come out. And it was also funny too because like we all had like a similar relationship to the director that they did in like the actual movie. Like our director, don't get me wrong, great dude, but like we gave him so much shit. Like there was one year, I think it was my last year, where he was just giving us so much shit. And like when you're in marching band, you do like all the formations and shit. Yeah, it's called drill, and you get this like piece of paper that has a bunch of X's in it and shit, and you like to go through and highlight what you are, like what X you are. And one, it was us on the left side of the field. No, on the right side, going to the left side, like in a 2-bar, like I think it was like 120 BPM, and it was fast as shit. And with drumline, you can't like march the same way as other people. You got to keep your body front. Okay. So like you remember crabbing from gym class? Like you would like crab across the floor, back and forth, like that style. You would do it only this way. So your right leg would go over your left every single time. So we had to go from the 15-yard line on the football field to the 15-yard line.
That was working.
In like 2 bars, and we were like, we can't do this. And like we were getting like so much shit from the dude. And I remember one of our guys, Austin, I think he actually streams now. Shout out to him if he's listening. I don't think he is though.
Shout out to Austin.
Yes.
You'll see this eventually.
Hopefully. But I remember he was like, no, I'm not fucking doing this. And our band leader was like, fine, then get the fuck off the field. Like, fuck you. And all of us were like, nah, fuck that noise. If you take him out, we're all out. And like we all just fucking walked off the field. So the whole fucking drum line's off the field. Dude, shit like that, I was like, yeah, this is it. And now I talk about video games.
So we've covered the gamut. We talked about fucking drumline, Will Smith's dad bod. Yeah. Oh yeah, back to that.
Sorry.
No, listen, there's no construction to the intro. There's a structure. Like this is what it's supposed to be. Like you said, he doesn't look horrible. I think he just, like you said, comparing him to what we think Will Smith's supposed to look like. But I feel him. Because for me, I looked at it like, well, if Will Smith doesn't look like that, then I don't feel too bad.
True. I feel that. I've been working out a little bit more.
I had to get back. Me too.
Yeah. My brother got, I think it was some like really dinky like workout set, and it's just like not really a squat rack. I don't know how you would do it. Like it's like a bench pretty much where you can like put your bar on top of it. But the bar was like rusty as fuck and like a bunch of weights that didn't actually fit onto the bar. So he like straight up was like, fuck it. We drove down to Dick's like a month ago or something.
I bet you did.
Yes, we did. Got like a new bar, like fucking shiny silver, comes with a bunch of weights and shit. Set that up in the backyard. We've just been every once in a while lifting. Like I'd like to do it every day, but obviously, you know,
you need that rest day.
Yeah. Well, like he gets home from work, he like digs holes at his job to put like signs in for houses for sales.
Okay.
So like he's constantly technically lifting all day. While like I'm sitting in a desk job wanting to like literally blow my brains out, he's actually doing the physical labor, so he's getting that exercise while I'm like typing. So I'm like getting home and I'm like, yo, you ready to lift? And he's like, nah. I'm like, well, I can't fucking do it by myself because like it's a 45 bar with like all this other shit.
You could,
like,
just don't lift as much.
True.
Do a whole lot of a little bit.
True.
And just go to failure.
It's excuses. That's what I call it right there. And that's where my excuse just got put out the window. But yeah, I think I might start jogging now too in the morning before work. Like wake up like an hour early before I got a shower and just like fucking jog around the block and then like, you know, start the morning off right, moving around.
That's where I'm lazy. It's like I'm not getting up early to work out.
Yeah.
That's where I go after work, but I would like if I didn't have to go there, I would whenever I got up would just start my day by going to the gym. That's ideally what I want to be doing.
Yeah. I feel like going to the gym though is like something that I hate to do because like I don't like to go like there's a gym in my actual building and I actually have a card for it because of my job. And
I'm coming to your job to work.
Yeah, do it, man. We need customer service people if you want to answer a phone all day typing.
No, I'm just coming to your job and get your card and go.
Oh,
to the gym.
okay. I see how it is. Yeah, they're gonna swipe it and they're gonna see my white ass face and be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, you got a tan."
And I'm gonna sit there like, no,
And grew facial hair.
Like, no, I'm Chris, and I'm gonna tell them everything that I've learned so far about you, and they're gonna be like, oh yeah, you're definitely Chris,
because they know that. That's all on file for them.
I'll just whatever your position is, I'll say I work in. You did tell me this before, but I'm not gonna put that on the show now that I think about it. No one needs to know what your actual job is.
Nah, it sucks. But they have like showers there, and I'm uncomfortable showering there.
That's
Like it's weird.
That's
like,
not out of the ordinary to feel that way.
Like I would honestly wake up early, go to that gym, work my ass off, and then like shower and then go do my normal shit like, you know, check Target for toys, you know. Like
The important thing.
that is important too.
I'm with you.
The
that's
best
not
part,
even a joke.
Yeah. The best part is on Fridays now because of fucking the card people with Target. They've limited it to only be on Fridays when the cards show up.
I saw that just before you go on. I think after you told me that, I went to that Target. They had to get something after work, and I saw the sign and the spots like where you got to stand to get in.
Dude, there's this last Friday there were 60 people in that line. Yeah, and they also limited to one item of anything now. So before it was like
That's what I saw on the sign.
yeah, before it was like 3 items like minimum, like I think per person. So now you got like dudes with like their girlfriends and shit there, like on the bench and shit. So they're adding to that
I'm sure
line.
those ladies are happy to be there.
Meanwhile, I'm just like I speed past them because I'm like I'm not fucking waiting in this line. So I just go in and like they have all this stuff out. So I just look at it and I'm like, is there anything even worth a damn to like get in line for in the first place? There hasn't been so far. So I'm like, I'll just do that, and then I'll say to like the guy who's like waiting to like walkie-talkie and like let 2 people in. They only let 2 at a time. I'm like, can I just see if there's anything if I should even get in line? And he's like cool with me now because like I go in every day. He's like, yeah, take a look, and I'm like, oh, there's nothing yet again. And he's like, yeah, they're gonna be pretty disappointed. And I'm like, sucks to suck. Like I don't give a fuck. And I just zoom back to the figures, but there's never anything there. To be fair, yeah. Yes.
The day is coming.
Yeah, I gotta find them turtles
section.
Yeah, but yeah, Will Smith's titties.
Episode title. That should get us.
Be like Will.
That should get us some views. Like Will Smith's titties. I'm clicking this.
Exclusive pictures on this audio only podcast.
Even if it wasn't audio, why do y'all want to see titties on Will Smith? I like how we're putting this on them as if they requested it.
Yeah, man, y'all want this. If you want it, I'm pretty sure you could see it on his Instagram. He did post that picture.
Yeah.
That one picture he posted, he 100% was like puffing his shit out, like to make it look extra. I'm like, sir,
you just need to do a regular like stand up straight.
Yeah.
Body.
Yeah, he was like fucking like bent like a fucking like banana and shit, and like his stomach is like out. I'm like, bro, you're pushing that shit.
I mean, I get it, you know, for the
show
and the average man, you want them to relate, et cetera, et cetera. We've all kind of sat down a lot over the last year due to COVID. I get it.
Yeah.
But at the same time, you know, even if, I'm sure this is genuine and he wants to get in shape, but you know, once he has to go work out, he has like the greatest trainers and dietitians on staff. Because Because when he closes his phone, he has all that staff. When I close my phone, I'm like, all right,
Now what?
I have to go do it myself. Let's go.
That's the one thing that I think gets me is the dieting more than anything. Because it's not necessarily a diet. It's just like the food you eat and like whatnot. Like I can't be bothered to make like 5 meals in one night and like prep that shit and fucking like that's just too much, man. I got Apex games to play, you know? Like I got shit to do. And like I got podcasts to edit into video form and edit out certain stuff that you could have seen on my Instagram. If you were there, you were there.
Man, listen. Y'all better love this fucking show because I could be working out a whole lot and playing more games if I wasn't sitting in a chair for 3 days to put this out. And I'm not mad at it. Don't take this as a complaint because I love what we're doing and I want to give everybody the greatest thing they can get. But just know that we are working hard for y'all to get this content.
Yeah. I'm gonna give you a challenge then for when you're working on this audio shit. How often do you have to make changes during the podcast?
Changes as far as like
edit stuff out, minus like like interruptions and shit like that.
Just like
or just make like weird cuts or like edit stuff.
So if we had one recording that had no interruptions, just a regular straightforward recording.
Yeah,
not that many. We've actually gotten very good at this.
Okay,
to the point where
humble brag.
For us, hell yeah. From where we started, hell yeah.
That's a good point. Yeah, episode 1 is rough. I want to listen back to it and see how awkward we sound.
It's not as bad as you think. I think it's more so we were just trying to find... That was more of a rhythm thing.
Yeah.
Finding the rhythm. We didn't have a rhythm in the beginning. But now, 30 plus... Well, this is the plus episodes in. We kind of... The rhythm is just there. Right. We know how to bounce off each other now. We know how to segue into the segments now.
All right.
Before it was just like, so what do you want to talk about?
Yeah.
What do you want to do?
We kind of do that sometimes.
Not really, but because we know what we're gonna talk about what we played. We're gonna go into the news. And we're gonna go into the emails.
True, we got that three set up. But I'm gonna give you a challenge then. For every time you're editing the podcast, every 10 minutes done, you got to do some form of exercise down here.
That's fine.
There you go. Now you get to exercise while you're working on the podcast.
I don't like how you tricked my brain like that.
It's easy. It's just like, look, I got 10 minutes done. Cool. Minute of jumping jacks. Boom, go.
You know what? The first day, that's going to be like, yeah, let's go. Let's do it. The second day, I'm going to be like, I'm fucking tired of shit. I just want to finish this editing.
True. But here's the thing. You got to do it a couple times to get into that rhythm. Once you get it, you're going to be like, oh, yeah, this is easy peasy. And then you're going to like look back on this like a year from now and be like, yo, I'm fucking doing jumping jacks like a motherfucker down here. My shoes are worn out, but I look slick. And you're going to be like, fucking...
What if I go to the gym after work? Am I still coming home and doing...
Yeah.
All right. I'm not even...
you're not doing cardio at the gym, are you? Like...
I am sometimes.
But a lot, though? Like...
It's more so... Well, that's an edit.
There it is.
It's more so like... It's more so lifting. But I have to do cardio. I don't want to be a Johnny Bravo. I'm just all this and no...
True.
Bottom half.
That's a good point. All right, well... Maybe you do push-ups then. That works.
I can do push-ups.
Yeah, there you go. Do like that, like the 100 push-up challenge thing.
So what's your version of the challenge?
I'll do the same thing.
I guess you do got to kind of do the same thing.
Yeah, I can do this. Well, I'm also just going to start running every single day, I think, actually. I'll get back to you next week to tell you how many times I actually did do that. We'll see. I'll start tomorrow. Tomorrow is Mother's Day.
Watch out, Mom. Exercise is coming.
Yeah. I'll start tomorrow. I'll wake up. I'll set my alarm early. I'm going to go for a jog, and then I'm going to come home. I'm going to lift a little bit, and then I'm going to figure out what the fuck I'm supposed to do for Mother's Day. Yeah.
Understood.
That should be a good time.
Of course.
Will Smith titties.
WST. And if that doesn't motivate you, then nothing will. Well, everything should, if that's your motivation.
I think it's time to start the show.
Yeah,
we ran out.
We're trailing it now.
Yeah.
All right, start.
Level up gamers, and welcome back to another episode of the Save Before Quitting podcast. This is episode number 31.
3-1.
Past that 30 mark, getting closer to 52, which is a year.
Yep.
Mathematically, those are numbers. As always, I am Chris.
And I'm Ant.
And you can reach out to us on our social media accounts with the @ of save the letter B, the number 4 quitting on TikTok, Twitch, Instagram, and Twitter. And then you can also shoot us an email at our Gmail, which is savebeforequitting@gmail.com, fully spelled out. And you can send us your questions, concerns, comments, any sort of ideas you got, anything you want to see us play on the channel for YouTube content, or even a new segment on the show. Because we do have that formula now of those 3 things we talked about in the intro, but I'm almost thinking like maybe we'd get like a 4th, and like we can like speed through some others. Because like I feel like the what we played this week segment is going to get a lot shorter now.
Why do you think that? Oh, I mean, yeah. But
so yeah, it's going to be slightly shorter.
I thought it was like a fundamental why it's getting shorter.
No, no. It's going to get a little bit shorter, so it's like we could maybe fit in something in between. Maybe. If
this episode might balance out, though, because there is a shit ton of news.
There is a shit ton of news. I just almost yanked the whole John. But at the start of every show, we started with the one segment that we do, and that is, what did you play this week?
Returnal. That's pretty much it. I played it Monday, and that is the only gaming I played. I think it's because, like I said, I was editing a lot this week. Not even just this, just all the podcasts. I was editing a whole bunch.
Gotcha.
And just trying to get everything out, because I think I had, for even just this one, I had to edit the show, Returnal, and was it one more thing? That might be it.
Not this week. I think it was.
Or
just
was it Mario
2.
Party this week?
No, Mario Party. We had the audio for a while now.
All right. Well, then I guess it was just those 2. But either way,
It felt like a lot.
Felt like a lot. Plus, it was the 2 other shows.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of editing this week.
Yeah.
But
how far have you gotten so far? Like, you've gotten to the house at all? Have you?
I've gotten to the house. I've gotten in the house. I've gotten to the boss. I
Okay.
got this. I guess spoilers, but not. These aren't spoilers. I got the sword.
Spoilers just in case.
Yeah. Got the sword. I haven't gotten back to the first boss to beat it yet, though.
Okay.
That's where I stopped.
Nice. All right. I'm assuming you're enjoying it so far.
I love that game.
Yeah.
It's an addiction. Like it's a every time you die, it's like fuck. Then it's like I gotta go back. I gotta go rectify that.
Dude.
So it's good.
There is so much stuff that I've played in that game that is so much fun. I've also played Returnal. I beat the first boss, which was a bitch because I only played it I think once this week, and it was last night. And then I played like 1 or 2 rounds this morning, but nothing crazy because like I didn't get that far.
Right.
Pretty much I completely explored everything that there was to explore on the main area, besides like the areas you can grapple to, like which
those little lights
still haven't
on the
gotten
ledges.
them yet. So I'm still waiting on getting that. But I exhausted the fuck out of everywhere you could go. Got all my health up the max that it could be. I had like 1,000 plus of the obolites, and then like I was telling you, I went to the merchant area, I guess you could call it.
Yeah.
And I purchased one of the astronauts from that, which was really cool to me because I thought it was only going to be a thing like you would randomly find on the map or something.
I thought you just had to go in the house to get it. I didn't even know you could purchase it.
So apparently, I don't think it shows up every time in the cycle. Like it's like a random spawn in the store, but I found it. It was that or an item that pretty much you hit L1 as one of your abilities, and you gain back all of your integrity and then some. And it was between those 2, and I was like, well, both of these are pretty much the same thing, except for one is like I actually die. Like if I'm not paying attention, then I'll like get my life back. But if this one I have to pay attention to my health, so I was like, I'll do astronaut. So got the astronaut, got the boss to the last phase, died. I was like, fuck, because that's literally what happened every single time I fought it.
That's what happened the first time I fought it.
Yeah, it's always the last phase, and there's always like a little bit left every single time. But like the patterns on it, it's like they're super predictable, but it's like it's a fucking bitch.
But it's a bitch though. Yeah. Like you can predict it all you want, but it doesn't take away how difficult it is.
Yeah, and so I came back to life, and then the thing that was scary is that the boss did the 2 like sword swipes at me after like doing like the rings,
Right.
and it brought me back down to like a minuscule amount of health. But luckily, the boss was that way, and I beat him. I don't remember what the item was that I got from it, but I got an item, and then it was the key to the red room, like the.
Oh, yeah, because I kept wondering what that.
So, you get the key to that, and then you move on to that area. I won't spoil what that is, because to be fair, I've not gotten far in it at all, because I went to there. The enemies are a little bit harder, obviously, because it's you're progressing,
Right.
and I almost died immediately once I went into there. So I was like, fuck. And then I tried to go back there because it stays open now. Like, you just go into that room and it'll just, like, it does a thing and it makes a portal. Cool.
Got it.
And that's your doorway to that area. And boy, oh boy, do you need to replay the first area to get a good gun and, like, level yourself up again before you go in there.
So you kind of got to do some grinding a little bit.
Yeah. So, like, that's kind of concerning to me because I'm like, holy shit, I'm going to put so much time into this game and have to, like, do, like, the perfect run and beat the game pretty much, which is insane. I assume, but also maybe I could be wrong.
Yeah, you're probably going to uncover things that make each supplemental run just quicker and quicker and quicker and quicker.
I did discover what that one thing was with like the it had like the body of like one of the dead aliens where it, like closes.
Don't you need like a certain amount of ether?
Yeah, I had enough ether and I tried it. Pretty much what it does is when you die, it also acts as if it's like an astronaut, except for instead of it being like you just revive right there, you get teleported to there because it makes a copy of you.
Oh, shit.
And like you come out of it and you still have the same like, abilities and materials.
Got it.
But you're out of that area, which actually worked really well for me this morning when I did it because I was in one of those rooms that get locked and like you have to beat all the bosses before like you get through, like the mini bosses at least, and I got my ass slapped. So it fucking got me out of there. And I was like, okay, cool. Let me go around other places first, level my shit, get a better gun, then go back. And then I went back and I fucking easy peasied that shit. So I was like, that works really nice.
Okay, so when that happens, like after you unlock that room and you die for good and go back to the ship, is that room still unlocked, or do you have to go back with 6 ether every time you do that run?
6 ether each time.
All right, cool.
Yeah. It's a one-time thing, but it's it's pretty much, I don't know how to explain it. It's like almost like your get out of jail free card where it's like you did die, you're not showing up in the same spot like with the astronaut, like with like how it's like a fairy in Zelda, but you also you have your abilities and it technically is a new cycle.
Got it.
Even though you have all of your shit.
Right.
So, and it's also extremely expensive if you think about it, because 6 ether is a lot of ether.
I never had enough ether because I would always forget about that room.
Yeah.
So I'm using my ether elsewhere.
Yeah.
So by the time I get there, I'm like, that's right.
I think that was the first time I actually used my ether, like in general, because I was just collecting it up for a while, and then I also didn't realize that that one thing where your ship is takes your ether.
Yeah.
Didn't know that. I didn't know that's what I was giving it. I was like, oh yeah, here you go. Let me do the thing. And then I was like, oh, I have no ether. Cool. There goes my 6 that I had.
Right.
And then I had to get it back again. But yeah, it's the most fun I've had in the game in a while. It does worry me though if I'm not like able to like sit there and actually like just constantly play. If like I get a good run and I only have like an hour to play, what happens then?
Yeah, you got to put your PlayStation in rest mode.
That could work technically, I think.
I think, doesn't it say that in the game? Like when you first started, it's like there's no saves. You have to, if you want to start from where you ended, if you're not finished a run, put your PlayStation in rest mode.
All right, so maybe I have to do that. But then that means that I can't play other games too. That's the other thing.
Yeah,
like, what
you
if
gotta
I'm playing
play
Returnal, I'm doing a good run, and then the guys are like, let's play Apex, and I'm like, fuck. But
that's kind of good marketing in a way. It's like, well, guess you got to play our game.
It has an insane amount of replayability, man.
Yeah.
And like the crazy part is, after I beat the boss, I went back to the second house, and it gives you more story to like understand shit. I could not even explain to you what any of the shit meant.
I'm looking forward to that now.
Yeah. And like it's super spooky, and I hate it. See, that's the thing that gets me. Like the first time I went in the house, I forget what happened. The first time I went in, I was scared as fuck. So I was like, this is scary, like actually, because it switches you to first person.
Yeah.
That's what makes me scared.
Now everything's in your face.
Yes, and I don't like that. That's I think the reason why I don't like Resi is because it's first person. Like
It's weird because it wasn't until 7.
And that's the crazy part to me is like I was watching when I watched Haptic Intel play Resident Evil 4, I was like, this looks like fun. Like it is scary because it's like, like monsters and shit. I was like, this actually looks like a good time, but because it was third person. This fucks with me. When you're the person and that's your eyes, it fucks with me. Like I'm even scared when I'm on the ship. Because I'm like, something's going to happen. And I that's going to end up happening at some point in the game, I'm pretty sure. Like, I'm going to die from a cycle. Because every once in a while, you'll actually wake up in the ship, which is weird. And I'm like, this has to be happening for a reason. There's going to be some sort of jump scare that's going to happen when I'm in the ship. Like, I'm going to go to rest in the back, and then I'm going to wake up, and the astronaut's just going to be standing there and be like, like fucking Lady Double D style.
It's going to be some shit. It's going to, like, I feel like that's one of those things that's not going to happen till, like, the end.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I did get a really cool voice log that was interesting to me because it was a thing that happened to the voice log character that didn't happen to me yet, which was weird. The voice was talking about how they went into a room and they fought a previous version of themselves that was still alive.
Oh man, I want to play now.
But like,
is the voice?
It's the girl.
It's the girl. All right. Okay.
Yeah, it was her audio log, like from a previous life.
Right.
So like, I walked in the room and my previous incarnation that was also trying to escape was still alive, and I killed it. But I don't know if they were also just trying to escape. And I was like, that hasn't happened to me. That
is dope. That is so from a story standpoint.
From a story,
but
like,
fire.
I was also like, why am I hearing this now? Because obviously that has to be a thing, right? Like obviously, like
that has to be happening. Yeah.
But like, why would you say that to me before it happens? Because now I'm like expecting it. But if it just happened, I'd be like, oh shit. But now I'm like, oh, okay.
Well, now you know what to expect.
Now I know it's gonna happen. But like, you're gonna end up finding it too, because like I'm pretty sure it's something that happens way later, most likely, because you're not equipped to fight yourself at this point in the game.
My guess is, and this is all hypothetical, so this is not
you're
a spoiler.
The main boss of the game.
No, I mean you run into yourself, but then you become like a deformed, like monster version of yourself and fight yourself, and she becomes like one of the normal bosses where she's just shooting mad shit at you.
All of the monsters you kill?
Well, now my mind is blown.
Like, because if you think about it, all those monsters are like weird tentacle monsters and like cubes and orbs and shit. And there's no really like center mass of all of them. They're all kind of just like goop, and then the center mass, like like when you hold down your L2 to like use your alt fire, how it has like that crit area. Yeah. That crit area is like almost like an orb or like a cocoon.
I think we figured it out. I don't even know. We don't know for sure.
To be fair, that's probably not it.
But this sounds really good.
That could be it. To be fair, like you could be murdering yourself over and over again as all of these different enemies.
And then the boss you kill are getting returned to the ship as if she's...
Yeah, literally just... Honestly, I would love if that was the thing, but I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, you heard it here first if you haven't played Returnal yet.
To be fair, someone's probably already finished it and like...
Well, yeah,
like, no shit,
a ton of people have finished it.
But also, besides that, I've played Rocket League a little bit more. I just got done my ranked placements for 3s. I am Platinum 3, which is pretty good. Kinda. Not really, though. And then Apex, as usual. We're going to have to talk about this week.
Is that about to segue into the news, or have you played something else?
Have I played anything else? I wanted to play Zelda this week and finish it, but I didn't get a chance to. I'll try that next week, but yeah, we might have to segue into the news of the week. And start with Apex.
News segment.
Welcome to the news. So to set this up, I requested off on May 4th for 2 reasons.
May the 4th be with you.
That with the Bad Batch, and then also Apex Season 9.
Listeners and viewers, I've been waiting days for him to talk about this on the podcast. Because if you could have saw how he was talking in the Discord.
I was so mad and so frustrated. Like, here's the thing, I can't be mad at the same time because it's not Respawn's fault entirely, to preface that. But let's just get into it.
Okay.
So, update goes live after I finish watching The Bad Batch. I go out, do my, like, look for Star Wars stuff, and, like, I bought, like, a cool little Mandalorian retro figure. Remember the old Star Wars figures with, like, the weird vinyl capes, and they had, like, the lightsabers coming through their forearms and shit, the Kenner ones?
Probably.
Yeah. they made like retro versions of Mando characters. So I found Mando, he's got like the vinyl cape and
That's
shit.
dope.
5 POA, you know, pretty cool. And I'm like getting home, I'm like, oh, this is great. I pick up like a little bit of T-Bell, you know, just like hanging out.
Get the whole vibe going.
Yeah, man. I'm like, this is it. And then finish Bad Batch and I launch Apex. And it's like 2, I think, around this time. And it's just not letting me in. Just no servers found. I'm like, that's weird. So I go over to Twitch, you know, just like research purposes.
Right.
There's about, I think it was 400,000 when I saw it, people watching Apex Legends. Because if you just go to the game, it'll say how many people are watching Apex in general from everybody's channels. It was 400,000 people.
Go to the first people.
It's fucking Dr. Lupo, if you know him. He's like old man dad of Twitch. Pretty much same thing happening for him. I go down like even lower, same thing for everyone. Literally almost everyone's like preview picture is the same loading screen of it not working. So I'm like, you gotta be fucking kidding me. A couple hours go past and I'm like reading Respawn's tweets, which I'll read out at some point.
And I saw you get up on Twitch at one point.
So here's the thing. I started streaming at the start of this and the game actually worked for a bit. Like, it didn't immediately not let me in, now that I remember that correctly. I was able to actually get into the lobby, see the battle pass, look through the whole entire thing, and then also make a purchase of Apex coins. And then I bought $20 of Apex coins to buy the premium battle pass because I'm a baller, apparently. And
well, we knew that.
Right after I bought those, that's when the shit went down and everything went down. So I couldn't even buy the new hero. I couldn't do nothing. Like, shit went sideways real fucking quick. Let me get to their Twitter real quick. So, what's today? Today's Saturday. This is the wrong one.
Saturday the 8th.
There are so many issues that happened this week that I'm just seeing threads from. That's from 3 days ago. Sorry. All right, here it is. So, the first tweet. We're working through some service issues in Play Apex at the moment due to high demand. We're on top of it, and we'll get to players into games as quickly as we can. That was the first tweet.
Okay.
An hour later, we're seeing some progress, but aren't out of the weeds yet. We'll keep you updated. An hour later. We're seeing some players get into matches. We'll keep fighting the good fight until we're back up to 100%. 2 hours later. All platforms are continuing to recover, but issues persist. In particular, our marketplace service is struggling, which is restricting players to base legends and limit skins. We'll keep these updates coming. That was the point when I was able to play again.
Okay.
Hopped on with the boys from Haptic. You could only play the original 6 legends. You couldn't even play the 2 from the beginning of the game that you had to buy, like Caustic and Mirage.
Okay.
Like, those 2, when the game first came out, you had to unlock. You could only play those top 3. You could play arenas, you could play Battle Royale, no Battle Pass, all of your skins were gone. Your currency at the top right was wiped to negative 9,999.
Negative?
For every single one of them. You couldn't even go into the other menus. You could only go to your, there's like a clan option, they call it, but it doesn't do shit, to be fair. And then the play menu, and that's it. So... Next, they tweeted an hour later, marketplace services and unlocked characters are beginning to come back online. We'll update when services seem to be fully operational. They were not.
All right, could have guessed.
So, as of that point, we were done with the game. I got off. About an hour later, when I'm in bed, I get a message from Brett, and he's like, yo, all the shit's good again. It's up. We're ready to go. Josh and Brett went on just one more time to buy the Battle Pass just so they had it. I was like, fuck that, I'm in bed, eat my ass. Rightfully so.
Getting frisky, clearly.
The next day.
Eat my ass, I know.
The next day, I go to work, and I'm fucking livid, because I just wanted to play Apex with the new character. I wanted to unlock the Battle Pass.
Hey, fuck your day off. I would be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, I took off for this. I took off from work to play this game.
The worst part was, like, this chick that I work with, and when I say chick, I mean like Crypt Keeper from like back in the, you know, like the Crypt Keeper, like
Tales from the Crypt,
like like that shit. But with like blonde hair and like only eats salads. She fucking turns around in the cube next to me. She's like, "How was your day off?" And I'm like, It fucking sucked. And I said that to her blatantly because I was that mad still the next morning. And she's like, oh my God.
Because it's like you're back at work with nothing to show for it.
And that was the thing that was also funny because, like, she didn't expect me to say that. So that was a little bit on me in a business setting.
How old is this woman? Seemingly.
Yes.
Oh, all right. Okay.
So I say that straight to her face. I'm like, yeah, I literally took off to play a video game. And the whole entire game, I could not play the game because the servers were broken. Which to her was pretty much like saying...
Speaking a different language.
Yeah, so she had no idea what the fuck I said, which is fine. Like, this is the type of lady who types with her pointer fingers only on a keyboard, you know? That type of shit. Yeah. So around 2 o'clock, they tweet again. The store, inventory, and battle pass should be all back up and running. We are a go. One minor side effect of the fix we implemented is that your equipped items will be reset. Characters will be set back to default skins, heirlooms, unequipped, etc. Just re-equipped through the menus. So they pretty much did a factory reset of the game. You still have your items, but you have to re-equip everything.
Okay.
No big deal. It took no time at all. So I get home from work after they tweet like, oh yeah, we're sorry about all this stuff, whatever. Cool. I am not mad at them because I love Respawn. It's not their fault. It's EA.
As you all know.
Later that day, we're still seeing intermittent services issues every couple of hours across all platforms for Apex. Our team's working with all of our partners to get things back to normal. So it went down again the next day.
Jeez.
Right as I was driving home from work. And we were texting the whole time, like, you guys ready to play like the actual game and shit? And, like,
this was all our hype.
We were hype as fuck. And this was also Wednesday because AEW was on later that night with like that weird, like, kind of a pay-per-view night that I told you to watch.
Yeah.
So that was a thing.
Wait. So when Brett and Josh were on that night where you got in bed, were they able to just play normally?
We were able to play normally the whole time. It's just with only the original 6 Legends. They didn't get
so
back
you
on
did get
to
back
play.
on?
No, we didn't get back on to play necessarily after I went to bed. But like when we were on and like waiting for the servers to come back on, once we were able to play the actual game, we couldn't play it to its actual potential.
Okay, all right,
which was the issue. Like while I technically got to play, I didn't. Like I couldn't play with the legend that I play. Like we had to completely change up the way that we played because like none of us really play the original 6 Legends. We kind of all play like DLC characters, so that was a bitch. But we had a decent time. Like we were kicking ass in arenas. We got like 4 wins in a row, and like we were doing well. And it's a fun game mode, to be fair. And I will hype it up because it is good. But yeah, Wednesday that goes down again, and then it comes back up around like 6 o'clock ish, which they tweeted again and said, we're seeing steady improvements throughout the day. Also note that some of the items received through Twitch, so like the free items you get for having Amazon Prime with your Twitch, they were causing issues, are temporarily turned off as we attempt to alleviate load on back-end services. This is temporary, so you'll get those items back. So they took away all of our Twitch shit. Which is such a weird fucking like thing to have break a system. Like your marketplace, yeah, that makes sense. The marketplace technically has everything in it, and that's how you get all of your items. So it makes sense why that would cause the whole game to freak out.
Right.
Your Twitch items though are stuff you just get for free by connecting your Twitch to your like Respawn EA account. Nothing crazy. So that was weird. So day after that, Thursday, the Play Apex team is aware of another round of service issues. We're on it and we'll post updates here. And that was at 6 p.m. They resolved the issue about an hour later, though. We resolved the issue, which was an unexpected side effect due to a server patch we released as a part of our ongoing efforts to improve our services. Should be good for now. And then, so they patched the game to improve the issues. That patch broke the game again on Thursday.
Man,
then they said
having a little cyberpunk type issues.
Pretty much. Then they said it was good, and we were like, "Oh, great, let's go play." Couldn't. So some more updates. There seem to be persistent issues with arenas matchmaking that are unrelated to previous problems. Other modes appear unaffected, which they were. We're looking into this.
They were
now.
unaffected, or they were affected.
They were affected, but they're saying that they were unaffected. Like I would solo queue into trios and be by myself. I would have nobody in my squad. They would not matchmake me with anybody, and it was just bad. They also, later that day, yesterday, one day ago, To prevent further issues, we're planning a limited 30 minutes downtime starting at 11:30, and the whole game was down. They fixed everything. They're good to go. Game is good now.
Wasn't there a video or a picture you sent me where they said everything was good, and the tweet right below it was literally right now, and it wasn't good?
Yes. So like that was I think the Thursday tweet where they were like, everything's good to go now, and then like people started tweeting at them, and we're like, this is literally your main menu right now where you have to hit X to join in, and it says no servers available, and everyone was pissed. And then that's when they realized there was another issue. So needless to say, really bad week for Apex.
You know what though? I respect the shit out of their transparency.
Yes.
For constantly tweeting like we're working on it, like giving updates.
I felt like a dickhead, to be fair, because when I was streaming on Wednesday, I was talking so much shit and being mad because 1 hour in between each tweet, while is very, very quick of an update every single hour, to be fair, for a game like this, it felt like 3 hours each tweet, like waiting for it. So like, if you go back and watch our past broadcasts, when I streamed that, I had such a bad time. I was like raging. And then I also played a game. I won my first game in season 9 in duos with this random guy. And I need to get the clip of it because it was really fucking good. I used the new weapon, the bow, which is my new favorite weapon. And this guy's playing Bangalore, and it's a solo that we're the last two squads. Me and my guy versus one dude who couldn't get his teammate back up. And my guy gets sniped by that guy with a Kraber. My dude had like red armor, full health. One shot to the head. Bang! The gun, the Kraber, makes the loudest fucking noise.
Wait, you were playing with the guys at that point, right?
No, this was just me and the one random.
Oh, okay. Wasn't there...
We played one game on stream and then I quit because I was like, fuck this shit.
Was it a clip or were you on Twitch or something? I saw you playing and he hit you once and you went down. He's like, he literally hit me one time and I'm dead.
Yeah, that happened.
I remember seeing that and I don't remember if you were playing with the guys or what.
That was when I was playing with the guys, but earlier before that, they weren't on yet because they both were cutting home from work still, and I got that. The dude gets knocked on my team. I pull out my AR and I just start lighting this guy up in the middle of a field, and there's a singular tree. And this dude broke his armor, hit him a couple times with his regular health, and he's Bangalore, so he shoots smoke down around this tree, and he's like healing up, and I see him pull his shield thing. So I pull out my bow, and I'm like, and I like fucking whoop, and I just let one fly.
Yeah.
Tell me how this thing fucking hit him right in the head. You are the champion. I'm like,
I'm sure that was a beautiful moment.
I fucking screamed on stream. I was like, oh, baby. And I was like fucking going ham. It was such a good moment. I got to find that clip. I got to remind myself.
Yeah.
Ready for this? Okay, Google. Remind me at 10 o'clock tonight to find the clip of me going, oh, yeah, on Twitch.
Okay, but first you'll have to unlock your device.
Fuck you,
That was the best thing that could happen. We're clipping that. That was great content right there.
At 10 p.m.
Thank you. Fucking A. Stupid bitch. All
That
right.
was going to be so good to see replay back.
Yeah. In video form. Yeah, needless to say, it's been a bad week for them.
Unlock your device, stupid ass.
You stupid bitch. Kill yourself. I will do. Thank you, Google. But, yeah, it's fun. The new game mode's insanely fun. I was playing mainly with just the guys. The 3v3 is like the best thing I think they've ever added to this game. It's so competitive. It's so much fun. You have to play around your character's abilities so much. You have to play against other characters' abilities and learn how to like counter them. And then you have to like buy your ultimate and like your special abilities. You get, I think, 2 or 3 depending on what character you are of your regular ability. But then your ultimate you can only buy one time the whole entire game.
Okay.
Which is really nice because then you can't like overuse
Can't
it.
spam it.
Yes, and then you can like level up your weapons each time. You lose them at the end of each round, even if you win the round. You have to buy it back with the coins that you get at the bottom. And you can, the way that we've been playing is like really aggressive, where we just sprint towards the middle, and there's 3 canisters of like the goop that I was telling you guys about. It's like the credits, and you sprint for them, and you get extra credits the next round that comes around. So like we go for those, get them, and then we have more credits to have better upgrades for our guns, level them up higher, and you can like buy grenades and shit, and like extra healing items, and then you can play for the care package that comes down. And the care package gives you like fully equipped like weapons that are like maxed out. Mm-hmm. So much fucking.
Adds a whole new dynamic.
Yeah, and like there needs to be a ranked mode added soon. Like if not next month, like it's got to be like halfway into like the ranked regular season for like regular trios, because like at the end of the day, ranked in like the BR mode is kind of stupid to me, because it's like there's so many extra values and like extra like variables that you can't account for, like when you're getting third partied, like random zone changes and like ultimates, and like you can't account for everything in that to like keep going up and up and up to be like the best. For this, it's such a controlled environment, but not at the same time, that lends itself to ranked on a level of like insanity, and it's gonna be so much fun when that comes out.
It's like, a new controlled environment, but so many new variables at the same time within that environment. I could see how that could be an interesting playthrough. Oh yeah,
and I need to get you on this shit because you'll like it. If anything, we can get on with Nico if he's down to play, or even Lucas, because Lucas is the Apex boy now. He'll come over to me at my desk and be like, "So I was playing Apex like almost every day."
All right,
so
I'm fine.
We'll get in there and we'll start fucking dropping fools and get you guys up to snuff. But
that might train me enough to get into regular.
No.
All right.
No.
There you have it.
To be fair, like arenas is harder in my opinion, but at the same time it's more fun because you don't have to like search for your guns and shit. Like you get to choose what you want to use, which is nice. But you'll get good at arenas and you'll go to BR and you'll be like, well, this fucking sucks. I don't want to use this shit that I found on the floor. Like, you know.
Well, at least I'll get a better feel in general.
Yeah. You'll get better overall in the game. So, but the BR aspect is Apex BR is something else, man.
For people who don't know, it's Battle Royale.
If you don't know what that means, who are
Someone
you?
out there doesn't. I just want to make sure.
Listen, get with the program, NGPs. Do you know what that means?
And if you don't, we don't need your
fuck
kind
out.
here. I'm sorry. Please don't go. We didn't mean that.
Please don't go. Please don't go. I need you so. But yeah, that has been my experience this week with Apex. It's been a rough road, to say the least. At the end of the day, I love Respawn still, and I will never talk ill of them. It was 100% the fact that EA does not give them enough what they need. Like, they needed servers, like, way more servers than they were given. And that has nothing to do with, like, what Respawn can put out. Like, we know they put out quality content. To be fair, though, the Battle Pass sucks like it does every season. There's only, like, 2 good skins, and it's for characters that have had a million fucking skins in every Battle Pass. Like, I'm kind of pissed about it, but also, like, whatever. But yeah, it's a fun time. Go check out Apex Season 9 now that it actually works. You'll have a great day. I promise you that.
Is there, before we get off Apex, is there another company outside of EA where you would be okay with the Apex Respawn brand going that you feel like would give them better support?
No.
All right.
I don't know at the moment because, like, who hosts Call of Duty Warzone?
Activision.
Right now? No. I mean, maybe like Fortnite's with like Epic.
Epic, yeah.
Like Epic could probably host them a little bit better, just because, like, no offense to Apex at all, Fortnite is technically a bigger game, and Fortnite has had God knows how many events that have been like streamed by so many people, upwards
insane
of like millions.
Events too.
Yeah,
that would take a lot of resources to make happen.
Concerts, actual live events of like monsters fighting on the map and shit. Like Star Wars had like a full like clip of the movie shown for it and shit. And Marshmallows kind of like, there's so much shit that happened in that like I feel like they could do it, but I don't want them to do that because I don't think that they would allow Respawn to keep doing what they're doing with like the game and like what fuck you. But yeah, I don't think they would pretty much give them the free reign that they have right now. Like even EA, I don't know if they give them full free reign, like, but at the same time it feels like it.
I feel like
content wise,
Apex, Respawn, Apex, given the right, like if they had some insane support, like how you said Fortnite gets, even if it's not under Epic, just somewhere else, there's no telling how crazy their shit could get.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, certain companies aren't going to do it, and Respawn probably doesn't even want to do it because then you kind of got to share the spotlight with. Like, I couldn't see them being with Epic because now they got to share with the biggest thing in Battle Royale.
Yeah. I mean, the only way I could see them doing that is if they moved away from the BR aspect of Apex, which they won't ever do because BRs are hot right now, and they will be for probably 5 to 10 years to come. Mm-hmm. There won't be something new for a while, and we don't even know what that new thing will be.
I think you need to give a certain company. I'm trying to think of who has a lot of resources but doesn't have something like that. And my initial thought was like Ubisoft, but first of all, they're not even
I mean,
American company. Plus, they got what's it called? What's their game called? It's in the news too. They put out a mobile version of it. Division.
I don't know. I've never played Division.
Either one?
No.
Oh, Division's good.
I'll check it out. But yeah, I mean, the only reason I'd say no to Ubisoft is because of how they were with their multiplayer servers when it came to Assassin's Creed, because those were shit, and that's the only experience I have with them. But
see, I don't know. I'm just spitballing. I have no idea.
To be fair, the Division could have been amazing when it comes to online, so I just wasn't there. I'm having a day.
You're some sort of monster.
Yeah, right. Hashtag ad. We're doing hashtag free ads for Bang and Monster right now until one of them decides to pay us.
You know, Capcom, you could also pay us if you wanted to do that.
And we'll get into this because we're going to be playing this in less than an hour or so probably.
Yep.
But yeah. So that's Apex. It's fun.
That is Apex.
Let's get to the Discord where we share all of our shit.
This long list of articles.
Yeah, the other day
that I just went crazy on.
Was it like during the middle of the day too? Like I was at work.
It was,
and you just fucking started
there's no time
pounding the Discord with so many articles. And I think I said, I was like, well, looks like Ant's on his shit break. Just
no, you said I'm on my lunch break, and I was like, no, I really should be working right now.
What's working, you know?
This was working.
This is working at the end of the day, technically.
Yep.
I think the first thing you posted was about The Witcher and CD.
No, you posted that.
Did I? I did.
That was you.
I did the thing.
So you explained this one because I didn't even get to click this article.
Neither did I.
Okay, we are on point.
All right. So, in the news, this is from Eurogamer. Mm-hmm. If you're in the European area, you know.
What?
Anyway, go on. It's from a podcast that I listen to.
Oh, I didn't know that. I got it.
It's like a wrestling. They like have merch that's exclusive to somewhere in Europe. I don't know where. And the main guy's like, if you're in the European area, and the other two were like, the European area.
All right, so we were on the same page. Then. Yeah, is that got it?
So now they just do it every week. Mm-hmm. But so the Witcher 3 director leaves CD Projekt Red following an investigation on workplace bullying, and let's take a little look down at the article.
Y'all hear them vocals, ladies and gentlemen? This man is swooning you. I don't think that's how the saying goes, but you get what I'm saying. You are swooned by him and his beautiful vocals.
I'm not gonna lie, I was not listening for the past 10 seconds, so I have no idea what you've been saying.
I said you read the article. They heard me.
All right, so as reported by Bloomsburg, which apparently Eurogamer can't be original themselves, the guy's name is just insane. It's Konrad Tomaszkiewicz.
Okay.
Let's just call him Konrad. Konrad had been the focus of a month-long
just call him Young Rad. New mixtape out now. Go on.
He's been under investigation for months onto the allegations of bullying from CD Projekt Red. Well, at CD Projekt Red. He's been the one who's been bullying people, which is weird. Despite the investigation ultimately finding him not guilty, Conrad told co-workers in an email announcing his resignation as seen by Bloomberg, quote, "A lot of people are feeling fear, stress, or discomfort when working with me." Which is really fucking weird and kind of gross.
Yeah, what the hell?
He went on to apologize, quote, for all the bad blood that I have caused, end quote, noting his departure had been made in agreement with the studio's board. So, yeah.
That's a lot to potentially unpack from that, but what the fuck? Like,
The weird thing to me is that, one, there was a month-long investigation that one found him not guilty, but then he leaves anyway.
right.
Which then makes me think, okay,
You were doing something.
That not guilty thing does not sound not guilty anymore. You've incriminated yourself once again, sir. But I don't know, man. I don't understand why things like this are happening in the industry right now. I think we were talking about it with Nico a little bit. He was saying something about it. Or maybe I just posted that and that was it. No, you just said, wow, SMH. But that was it. Yeah. Right now,
It's ridiculous, man. Like,
being the lead and, like, the head of a game like Witcher 3 and then still working at CD Projekt and, like, bullying your employees and, like, seeing what's going down in general at CD Projekt Red with the forced crunch and all that stuff, like, it's not looking good for them at all for any sort of future.
that's what I mean. That's why I said wow SMH, because it's at this point with everything that's going on with them and Cyberpunk, etc. It's down the line. Every week we come in here and say something new about what's going on with them,
And it's never good.
It's never good. So it's to the point now where it's like, yeah, wow SMH. Like, what more
can
we keep saying about them?
Yeah.
Like, what? It's just adding to the pile of like shit that's coming out of there.
I feel like it's going to get to a point one day where, like, they just legitimately have to disband as a company and then become, like, smaller offshoots of, like, CD Projekt. And, like, that, while they're technically not CD Projekt Red anymore, they're going to still be CD Projekt Red.
Yeah, it's going to be like former company employees from CD Projekt Red form this. Yeah. And but I feel like they would have to do that. Put out a game that's just fantastic, but we just think of some new studio, and then they'd have to be like, these are former employees from CD Projekt Red.
From the former employees of CD Projekt Red comes Donkey Kong 18.
I'm in. You son of a bitch.
You son of a bitch, I'm in. But yeah, I don't know, man. It's never anything good with CD Projekt anymore. This is just... The main problem I have is, like, while, yeah, it's good that he left the company, if that's actually the way people are feeling inside of it, cool. But don't do it, like, right after you're found not guilty.
Right.
Because you just right away incriminate yourself again. Like, if these people don't feel safe around you and you're openly admitting that people don't feel safe about you in a quote, that immediately is red flags.
Yep.
Here, there, everywhere. Dr. Seuss style. But
we're all about that D Seuss.
Yeah, man.
You know what I mean?
But yeah, I mean, I don't know, man. It's just getting tiring to talk about CDPRs at this point, because unless there's like some sort of good news story that comes out of them, I almost don't want to talk about them anymore.
Yeah.
But like, if we don't, then it's like, well, what are you guys doing? What about the fuck CD Projekt Red moment of the week?
You know what?
That's
if it
the
was
new segment.
True, but you know what? If it was like small news, like, well, comparatively small news, like CD Projekt Red loses this much money because of blah. I'm like, all right, well, that's whatever. We don't even need to report it. But every time it's bad news, it's like really bad news.
Yep.
It's like, it's bad to the point where we have to bring it up.
And it's really sad. I don't want to bring it up, because at the same time, it's like, we don't want to disparage the devs of the company. Obviously, not that they're listening, to be fair.
We don't know that.
Okay.
That could be all 30-something of the people listening.
That's true. But like,
we keep talking about
if you
it.
are a CD Projekt Red dev and you'd like to speak up and you're listening to this podcast, please reach out to us and tell us that we're being too harsh on the situation and in saying like fuck Cyberpunk and fuck CDPR. But like,
be our first interview.
That'd be nice. Yeah, we do need. Maybe we need to do that. We need to scout for an interview. See what we can get.
Yeah,
that'd be nice. That'd be a cool segment, like an
figure
interview
that out.
segment.
If you want to be interviewed, not just regular people.
Yeah.
Hi, I work at regular job. Want to interview me? I don't even play video games.
Hey man, that could be a cool segment. Just do like an interview segment, like talk about people's gaming backgrounds.
Yeah.
You're like, hey, want to come on the pod and just talk about what games you like, where you came from at games? Shit, man. Welcome to Behind the Curtain Part 18.
Maybe Yeah, right. That could be our when we launch that supportive platform we're gonna launch at some point.
All right.
Secrets. Okay.
So next in the news.
Okay, this is when I started just spamming
Yeah.
news.
This is the spam central, so I'll let you lead this because I
Got
don't
it.
know. I didn't get a chance to read any of them.
I got you.
So this is all you, man.
All right, first up, it's going to be we're going to, I don't want to say we're going to blast through it, but we're going to go through a nice little pace of news. The world of The Division, Ubisoft put this up. The world of The Division is set to expand. Read more about The Division Heartland, an upcoming free-to-play game, The Division movie, and more. So Ubisoft is expanding The Division, and it's some DLC called Division Heartland. Free to play Division. Obviously, everything's going free to play nowadays. So why wouldn't the Division jump in on it too? I think that game lends itself to having a free to play version. I can see it. But that's all they put out. They didn't really get into a whole lot. They said a mobile game is coming too. So we're leading into E3 anyway. So I'm sure we're going to hear a lot more about that soon.
Nice. What is the Division like? Like, I know it's a third-person type shooter game. Is it? How does it play?
It's pretty fast paced action. You could compare it. It's like a cover shooter almost.
Okay, so kind of like Gears, but not really.
Kind of, but a little more fast paced than
Okay.
Gears.
All right.
But that's a good
So
starting point
What's the
to-
one game that we played on YouTube?
Outriders
Yes. Is it
that
like
we never
that?
put up. That's not even on YouTube.
I never uploaded that.
No, remember I was like, do you want to do this? Just like,
Shit.
So if you didn't know, we played Outriders and have recordings of it.
Yeah.
We just never put it up.
It was kind of ass, man. No offense, that game kind of sucked.
I feel like you could make a nice little shit post of it where we're just
Yeah, it's just
going
me
through.
saying like this fucking sucks the whole time.
But
like,
you didn't though. The beginning you said was
Yeah.
slow, but after a while we were like,
the
enjoy it.
gameplay was fine, but everything else sucked ass. I was like, wow, this is really stupid.
But you know what? It was one of those games where if we would have kept playing that would have been fun to do together.
Yeah.
I wouldn't necessarily say it's some amazing game, but it was
I just don't want to fucking pay for it. That's my big thing.
I agree. Hey, I didn't like
Yeah.
it enough to spend the money.
Yeah. Like, you could get it for free, though, because you got the X-Bone.
Well, if they would stop being stupid and let the PC players play with the console players, we could play that game
True.
for nothing.
You hear that, Xbox? You motherfuckers?
Why didn't Outriders come to PC Game Pass? That makes no sense at all.
You got games and then you take the games away?
We had to just play the demo together.
Bastards.
Like some peasants. No knock to anyone who played the demo with their friends. All right. Next up, E3 news. Square Enix, Sega, Bandai Namco, Exceed Games, and Gearbox Entertainment all sign up for E3 2021. All right. The reason I posted this, and this is crazy news to me, is because people were a little iffy about where E3 was going based on the pandemic. Even though it's all digital this year, that's still a good sign for E3's survival. People are pretty much counting E3 out, like it's dead now. But people are signing up for it, and major companies are still signing up to get their games shown in E3 when they could easily just have their own solo presentations. So
That's cool. I mean, we'll definitely end up doing something for E3. We'll have to figure that out.
yeah, we got to talk about that after we're done here.
But
I kept meaning to bring that up, and I kept forgetting.
when's that? How soon is it?
June?
So like 2 months from now?
No, it's next month.
Oh yeah, it's May.
It's soon. We have to talk about it. We have
Yeah,
to figure
it
out
is
what we're
May.
doing.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, we probably do it here. I don't know.
Well, yeah, but not. It's a time thing. We got to figure out the logistics of how we're gonna do it.
Oh yeah, it's
It's not
during
like
the
every
week,
single.
right?
Yeah.
Forgot. Shit. Well, we'll see how that goes. Maybe I'll have to use some PTO.
You and me both. But
But yeah, keep your ear to the ground for our social media for that.
yeah, but we are going to be streaming some of that, and kind of
will,
how
100%.
I mean, in a perfect world, we're going to be doing it how we did the Game Awards.
Yeah.
So going forward, if you were there for that, if you weren't, go check our YouTube. How we streamed the Game Awards, had our live reaction. So if everything could work out perfectly, we're going to do it like that. Even if it's not exactly, even if we do it over Zoom, we're going to do
That
something.
might work too.
Maybe we'll make an event out of it. If we do it over Zoom, maybe we can have like,
NGPs on.
yeah, watch it with us. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll have a little watch along with the NGPs.
Right.
That'll be a
Come
bitch
hang out
for
with
me
us.
to figure out how to do on Streamlabs. But we'll do it.
You're the tech guy. You can figure it out.
Fucking kill me.
Yeah, man. Donatello over here. You got it.
Speaking of the tech guy, I'll do this next one.
All
I'll
right.
read this one out. From VGC_news on Twitter. A new PlayStation 5 hardware model will be entering the production next year. The Taiwanese business press have claimed.
Also combine that with the GameSpot one I put up.
Where's that at?
It's the very last thing.
PS5 redesign reportedly coming, but it probably won't change the look. Wait.
The updated thing to that was the PlayStation 5 may be getting a redesigned version next year, but it likely will be limited to its internal architecture rather than a substantial change on the outside. Due to the global semiconductor shortage, the PS5's GPU might get swapped to help scale up production. The potential redesign was originally reported by Taiwanese outlet DigiTimes, which suggests that semiconductor foundries are already preparing for the new PS5 architecture and targeting 2022 for production. As relayed to Dr. Sirkin Toto on Twitter, DigiTimes reports that Sony is aiming for a new semi-customized 6nm CPU chip from AMD.
Damn.
So when I first read that, I was like, it's way too soon for you to be redesigning the PS5. But then I read
If it's the inside.
It's the inside, and they're doing it so that they can keep up with the demand, so it's not sold out every 3 seconds.
That's interesting then. I wonder if my PS5 is worth more now.
Now,
First gen.
that was my next exactly, because I'm sitting here like, that worries me in a way. I'm sure they're going to put out a quality project, we hope, but I would hate if they're trying to get cheaper parts for the inside, because then does that make it less like Nico was giving me some insight on it, but I'm like, well, is that a bad thing? Are you giving people cheaper internals in order to give them?
Is it cheaper but like the same, or like the actual internals? Is there any like actual, not like necessarily leaks, but like with the products that are being changed up and put inside, are they equal to each other when it comes to power, or is it like it is known that they are lesser?
Now, when I was talking to Nico, because he's up on this.
He's the tech guy.
Yes, he is also a sort of tech guy. You're our personal fix-it tech guy. You're consumer support, and we're the consumer of ourselves. All right.
You consume yourself? Go on.
Somebody's got to do it.
Kill me.
I told him, I was like, I'm concerned because I read that they're switching up some of the internal parts in order to meet the high demand. It makes me worried that they're going to use cheap parts. And Nico said, yeah, coming from Taiwan, I believe so, but the 6nm technology is a bigger chip, probably to compensate for the difference in hardware. So I'm not the tech guy, so I just have to take that where I don't know.
So it's probably cheaper, but will also stay at the same quality level, if that makes sense.
Cheaper, but not at the detriment of quality.
Yeah, and also in stock as opposed to the other ones that they can't get their hands on right now, too.
So if you already got a PS5, you got some rare hardware right there.
Apparently.
Come 2022.
So this next thing, I didn't watch the trailer for this, but I know you guys were hyping it up. This game builder thing.
Oh, yeah. Nintendo announced Game Builder Garage. Apparently it's for game design, game dev type hardware. Kind of similar to, like, they've been doing a lot of things like this. Like you can see back when they had like Labo and even Mario Maker. They're doing things to help empower the game dev in you.
It's more about learning, it seems like, too.
Yeah. But it's Nintendo-ized, so from what I saw in the trailer, it looks like they make it fun.
I want this little character to be like the face of like Nintendo Switch, like as like the character of Switch.
You want him to be like the Switch mascot?
Yeah, because I want a toy of him, because he's built like a toy.
He is.
Like,
see, shit like this. I think Smash Brothers has fucked my head up, because now I'm just like, watch him be a damn
Smash.
character in Smash.
I could see that for the next Smash, whenever they decide to do that. But like,
Well,
not,
yeah, it's too soon for him to be on this one.
yeah. But I mean, that's pretty cool. I mean, it introduces kids into the world of gaming in a way that they probably aren't thinking about it when they're just playing, like their Roblox and shit. Like, I'd be very interested to see how kids react to this game and how this like makes them like change their perspective on games in general, like maybe leading to more like game-driven careers.
Yeah.
Because that was one thing I remember back like when I think I was younger. Me and my cousins, we would like talk about shit like that, and like one of my cousins like was really into like games and shit, and like didn't know what to go to college for. And I'm like, why don't you go to college for games? And he's like, well, I don't really like games like that. It's more like I just like playing them. I'm like, yeah, but like you could also like learn what goes into them to make the game that you want to play. And like I think he did something else, which is fine, but whatever. Yeah, if this type of thing was there for kids nowadays, it's like, like even with Mario Maker, it makes kids want to build things. Like we're talking about Trenton making levels and shit and like being proud of it.
I have never built a level in Mario Maker. Yeah. I got Mario Maker strictly to just have infinite Mario levels. I'm just playing people's Mario levels.
Do the work for me, peasants.
Pretty much. That's why I got it. And then I'm going up there and like Trenton's like, I made levels, and he has like 10 levels he made himself.
GG.
And I'm just like, I'm looking at him like, you're 5. What are you doing? Also, let me play these. And I played through his levels. They were fine. He's still 5.
Good for 5.
Yeah, for 5. He has like an entire level made.
There you go.
And he has like the entire level made, the enemies, an endpoint. Like, I'm like,
and he's not enemy spamming either. I probably like
here and there.
A level or two.
Yeah.
But yeah,
he's still gonna have fun.
That
with
right
it.
there is basic level design that the kid's learning just from Mario. So imagine what's gonna happen with this.
Even the quote came out that says, "This is what their motto, their back of the box motto." Says anyone can learn the basics of game design and visual programming with step-by-step lessons created by the minds at Nintendo.
Yeah.
And it's only $30 when it comes out.
That was the thing that made me want to get it. Because like while like I haven't watched the trailer, but like just looking at this now and like hearing what it is, it just sounds like a fun time to just like understand what goes in under the hood.
The trailer really sells that too.
Yeah.
It shows them programming what actions go to the buttons and
I
stuff
dig
like
that.
that.
So yeah, I mean, maybe I'll pick that up. That'd be a cool series to do. Not necessarily just for content, but just for fun, like behind, not on the mic, but even on the mic would be kind of cool too.
Yeah. What else? Oh, just an update on that Division stuff. There's also a Division movie coming starring Jessica Chastain and Jake Gyllenhaal, directed by Ross and Marshall Thuber, who made Skyscraper and Red Notice. So there is yet another video game movie on the way.
It kind of makes me want to play Division now to see if like the actual movie will be good.
Division's fun. Like that's a game like you could get and then we could just play it together. Fuck, I got that shit on Xbox. See if it's on Game Pass on PC.
I will check later today.
Watch it not be.
Looks like you can also sign up for that Heartland playtest as well for beta access online. So that's pretty neat. Next is the Nintendo Switch.
Oh yeah.
The statistics of how much it has sold. So the Nintendo Switch has sold 84.59 M, which I assume is million units as of March 31st, 2021. Total software sell for the console has reached 587.12 M.
Million.
Thank you. Nintendo sold approximately 28.83 M
million
units of the hardware and 230.9
million
units of the software in the past fiscal year. So Nintendo is popping the fuck off.
Yeah.
I have to assume this has to do with the global health crisis, most likely.
I'm sure that helped
specifically Nintendo Switch, especially with Animal Crossing coming out, the new Pokemon that came out, Pokemon Snap now recently. Like, there have been tons of Apex coming to Switch. Like, there's so much coming to Switch that has led people to probably want to buy that shit. So
Nintendo can't be stopped in the handheld space. Yeah. And now that this is their only system, it's usually a handheld and a console. Yeah, like parallel to each other.
Now that it's the same thing is insane. Like I can't wait to see 10 years from now what the Switch technology will be. Because, like, honestly, I feel like they could ride off the same model of the Switch and just keep updating the graphics iPhone style.
Yeah.
Where it's just like, okay, well, now it's even better graphics,
Right.
and the games have better graphics, and they run on Unreal now instead of blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, just keep upping that. Like, it's going to be great.
And then imagine later when they come out with this Switch Pro, if that's obviously or probably going to go right on to add to these hardware sales because it's not going to be a Switch 2. Mm-hmm. So they're going to use that sale. This Switch is going to hit 100 million plus by 2022.
Damn.
I feel, given all of that. On top of the fact that we still got Breath of the Wild 2 coming, things that are going to sell more Switches are going to come out.
Yeah, I can't wait till they just like start fucking going ham with like the main character-driven games for Nintendo. Like you were saying, there was supposed to be like another Metroid that was supposed to come out.
Prime 4
that comes out, boom. There's another fucking million some odd sold right there. Mm-hmm. What else? Fucking another Mario game, Mario Odyssey 2.
Apparently, they're making. I don't know if it's Mario Odyssey 2 yet. It's a follow-up to the next mainline 3D Mario game. They haven't said it's Mario Odyssey 2, even though. For me, I was always waiting for DLC, story-driven DLC for that game. That never happened. I was like, that's weird that you wouldn't make DLC for that game.
Yeah,
that's your
I haven't even beat it yet, to be fair.
Because they did it for Zelda, so you would think their flagship character and game, and it didn't. So that made me think like, okay, if you're not going to put DLC out for this, then there has to be a sequel coming out.
Yeah, shit. I kind of want them to make like a like almost like a Luigi's Mansion, like in that sense of co-op with like Mario and Luigi, like a story-driven those two guys going through like a story game.
They haven't done that for a 3D Mario yet, and I feel like they're well overdue for that.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
That could be like a really cool like story-driven game that you could go through, and then I don't even know if like big brain this like you could even make it 4-player co-op and do like Wario and Waluigi, but instead of it being like all 4 of them are teaming up, like it's 2 and 2. Mm-hmm. So like you do it like in a Pokemon way where there's like Pokemon Sword and Shield, but you got like Pokemon Mario and Pokemon Wario.
That would be dope.
So you got like this co-op game over here where it's like you're playing as Wario and Waluigi, and those two guys have their story, but you're interrupting Mario and Luigi's story, and those two people have to buy a separate game. I feel like that'd be such a cool time. It's like A Way Out, but better.
No, it's like
Pokemon. A Way Out coming soon to youtube.com/save before quitting. I think that's what our link is.
That's not our URL.
Oh yeah, we don't have enough subs to have our own link.
Save before quitting on YouTube.
%W
number. Yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, check it out. Coming soon.
Yeah, we got a lot of shit coming soon.
Yeah. Speaking of coming soon.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking. Back to the intro.
Skeet.
Resident Evil Village. The early review scores.
It's so good we have to play it. GameSpot 9, Easy Allies 9. I don't even know. WCCF Tech 9, Destructoid 9, Game Informer 9.3, Press Start 9, Windows Central 4.5 out of 5, The Gamer 4 out of 5, VGC 4 out of 5, PC Games N gave it an 8, IGN gave it an 8,
Fuck you, IGN.
EGM gave it an 8, MC80 it gave it an 85. Metacritic. I didn't read below. You are right. I'm stupid. OpenCritic gave it an 87 out of 29 critics.
Yes.
It's safe to say...
Good game?
Good game. Resident Evil Village is a good game.
Hit me with the thing real quick. I think it's funny. I was telling Ant off mic about this. Brett made the astute observation that it also comes with a little tag thing right here for Resident Evil Reverse, which I don't actually know what the game is, to be fair.
Wasn't it like an online shit?
Yeah, it's some sort of online thing. Requires internet access and a PS Plus, whatever. So that's cool and all, but apparently this game got pushed back like a shit ton. So like you can't even get it. So there's that. But then it's funny because he Snapchatted me this, and if you look at it, the code expires specifically on 12/31/2799.
Listen, we have 700 years to play this game.
Yeah, and it probably won't.
So don't miss it. Set your alarms. 700 years so you can play rewatch or what's it called? Reverse.
Reverse. Yeah.
Reverse.
That's such a stupid name. But yeah, I just thought that was funny that they decided to.
I think it's a play
Include
on
that.
what Resident Evil universe, and they just call it Reverse.
Yeah.
Because from the art, it looks like it's a bunch of classic characters from other Resident Evil games.
It just sounds like one of the fucking.
Or I
like the
should call
Cha-Cha
it's
Slide or
RE
something.
colon verse. Huh?
Like Mambo number 5, like the reverse, you know.
Reverse.
What's the one fucking song?
That's not Mambo number 5.
No, Mambo number 5 is a good one. What's the other song? What's the title of the song where it's like reverse, reverse?
Oh,
Cha-Cha real.
Cha-Cha Slide.
Oh yeah, that one. I think I said that, and then I went to Mambo number 5 because I just like.
Just
Mambo
combine the
number 5.
two and call it Mambo number Slide.
1,
Now
2,
it's both.
3, 4, 5. Everybody reverse to 27.99.
That's not even. That's no, it's Mambo number 5. We did say that.
Yeah.
Lou Bega.
Get with the
Shout out to Lou Bega.
Shout out, man! Listening to the Save Recording podcast.
I know you're listening, Lou Bega.
That's a clip right there.
A little bit of reverse in my life. Next,
700 years from now.
we die.
Kill me.
Wait, we talked about this. The guy leaving CD
Yeah.
Projekt.
Walmart.
Well, that was an update on the story, though.
Oh, it was. Sorry.
Update on that CD Projekt story. Conrad, this name, Conrad Tomaskiewicz, director of The Witcher 3, has left CD Projekt following allegations of workplace bullying. Bloomberg has learned. Jason Schreier wrote this, by the way, from Bloomberg. An investigation found him not guilty, but he quit and apologized to the staff for all the bad blood he caused. I guess that really wasn't.
It wasn't an update.
I thought it was.
That was the article that Eurogamer talked about.
Maybe I'll cut that.
Moving on. No, I think we leave that in.
Yeah, fuck that.
Fuck that shit. So, next, for all you rednecks and hillbillies out there, Walmart has been working on an unannounced game streaming service codenamed Project Storm. According to The Verge, the launch has been put on hold due to the pandemic and is not clear whether this will turn into an actual commercial product. Thoughts on that?
Who's not making a streaming service at this point?
It's also interesting because the way they have
Walmart?
it set up, it looks like they have third-party launchers included in it. So they have like EA Play, Origin, Steam, I don't know what that one is, Epic, and Bethesda. And then there's indie games as well. And they're all just streaming from a singular subscription source to...
Then why the fuck would I need it? It has everybody has all these.
Yeah, it's almost like you just go through Walmart to get to that for no reason.
Then what am I even using it for?
Apple Watch is one of the things in the picture too. Who the fuck's playing games on their Apple Watch? Is that a thing you can do?
I don't have an Apple Watch. I don't know.
I only have a Fossil Watch for my Samsung phone, which is the superior option.
Hate mail
Hear
coming.
that, motherfuckers?
Listen,
Fuck Apple and IGN.
man, we're never gonna get sponsored.
We are, just by better companies than that.
Listen, man, we can't keep saying fuck IGN.
I think we could keep saying fuck IGN.
All right,
Because they went back on their fucking Invincible take.
they did.
Yeah, they gave it like a 9 out of 10 for the
series.
For the series as a whole.
Yeah, but
that's not how averages work.
But in the review, they even say they kept their foot on it. They were like, even though it had a rocky start, they kept that.
We're fighting. We're fighting.
Because I read it after you sent that, and it was like even due to its a rocky start, it still ended up being good.
I'm gonna give them a fucking rocky start, dude.
Whoa, what are you gonna do to them?
I'm gonna
Fuck them.
feed them Rocky Road ice cream
with the rock.
with the Rock #ad. Yeah.
Walmart, you don't need to do a streaming service.
Yeah.
No one's looking for Project Storm. I hate to be that guy, but there's no need. Just have my cereal and my deodorant when I go there.
Project Storm is such a good name for it too, because it just sounds like it's gonna create a mess after it's over.
It sounds like such a cliche name for something.
Yeah.
Project Storm doesn't even tell me that it's a video game service. It could be literally anything. They could have a store brand of a knockoff Gatorade and call it Project Storm.
There probably is a Gatorade flavor called something Storm.
There probably is.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is that could be anything.
Yeah.
Hey, save for quitting. We're going to come out with something called Project Storm, which could literally be anything.
Stay tuned.
We're going to come out with our own
Honestly,
energy
I
drink
wanna
and
make
call
like
it Project Storm.
I'm gonna go home and Photoshop something that says Project Storm coming soon, and then post it on Monday.
You should.
And then by the time the episode comes out, everyone's like listening, like, "Oh my god, they're gonna talk about Project Storm! Holy shit!" And then they're gonna get to this, and I'm gonna be like, "Fuck you guys, you fucking fell for it,
Yo,
losers!"
I almost want to cut that out so bad.
No, this has got to stay in because this comes out on Thursday, and
Oh,
then
it's
I
right,
post
that's
this
right,
on
that's
Monday, and then they think the whole week that it's gonna be something, and then they're like, "I gotta listen to Thursday's pod," and then we lose our audience.
Oh, yo, you're right, because they won't know this till they get to this part.
Yeah.
I'm going to title this episode
Project
Project Storm. I'm doing it. That's
Yo,
it.
this is great. Oh, okay, Google. Okay, Google. Remind me to make Project Storm graphic and post it on Monday.
Got it. Make Project Storm graphic and post it. This will be for Monday. At what time?
8 a.m.
Sure, I'll remind you on Monday at 8 a.m.
Hell yeah. Project Storm not coming soon. Get wrecked. God damn it, I feel bad now. All right.
Why? This would be great.
NGPs.
They're going to get to that part and be like, you motherfuckers.
NGPs, now that you're back with us. Next is a story that is I didn't even read and I'm really excited about. So from Jeff Grubb's Game Mess Show.
Jeff Grubb, if you don't know, is a notable insider of the game industry. He also has a podcast, and he kind of leaks, quote unquote, leaks insider game
These
information.
are some good leaks, baby. So there are 4 total. Number 1, Lucasfilm is making deals for multiple Star Wars games. Dope. Get more Star Wars content out there with Bad Batch just coming out. We need more Star Wars games, in my opinion.
I agree. Star Wars has so much love right now. You have to take advantage of it.
Next, Microsoft could be working on an exclusive Star Wars game, which makes me sad unless I can play it on my PC. If I can play it on my PC, we're fine. Cool. I'm not buying an X-Bone.
No, it's an X Series X. X Series.
These next 2, I don't... When did you post these? May 6th, the 2 days. Okay, so these next 2 I don't necessarily believe.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, whatever day that was. If we did, I don't know if we got anything like that.
Yeah, we didn't. So I also don't believe that these 2 things are going to happen soon, especially after May 4th already happening. That's when they would have done it. They didn't, so there's no reason to do it now. The other 2 are, we might get Star Wars games on Game Pass today. That was March 6th when you sent this screenshot to us, so we didn't, which is fine. The last one is Battlefield 6 info should start dropping this week, which would be technically by today when we're recording on Saturday, and there is no Battlefield 6 information.
No.
Do I want Battlefield 6? Yes, very much so. I very much love, and when I say love, I mean love, playing as clone troopers and stormtroopers and droids and rebels and whatnot. Like, the Battlefront, or the... Wait, is it Battlefield 6? Isn't it Battlefront for Star Wars? It says Battlefield in the post.
Then this must be actual Battlefield. I mean, yeah.
That's annoying.
Battlefield
that makes me sad. I read it as Battlefront because it was all Star Wars news.
Yeah, that
but
would
it's
make you
Battlefield 6. Now I'm sad.
I think because he was just giving a list of news happening in the moment.
Did
and
that
this
happen? Did we get Battlefield 6 info?
If we did, I kind of like glazed over it.
Yeah, I don't even care.
Battlefield 6 is coming. They already announced it, so
I'm sad. Also, there's not even enough Battlefronts to be number 6, so why did I think that? I'm dumb. There's 2. I'm stupid. We
you
know
aren't
this.
stupid.
It's on brand.
No, this would have you think it's that.
Yeah, there's 3 fucking Star Wars.
Well,
and then
'cause
you
it
go to Battlefield? Fuck you.
It was Star Wars time, but he can't not tell you what other else information leaked.
But you don't do it in the same thing. Now I'm sad. We didn't get any Game Pass Star Wars games. Move on to the next story before I cry, please.
I got you. Activision. This is an update on the news about Toys for Bob that I said last week. Activision tells VGC that recent reports regarding layoffs at Toys for Bob are incorrect and that the studio was fully operational. Toys for Bob will continue supporting Crash Bandicoot 4 while helping Call of Duty Warzone.
Okay.
Now, last week I reported that the company was kind of dismantled and moved over to Activision to just be Call of Duty support. And they came out and debunked that, which I'm very happy about.
Yeah.
After last week, I came in and said I was really upset about that. I'm happy that it's not 100% true.
Yeah.
While they're helping them, they're still doing their thing, and that's great. I want that company to grow and honestly be the best thing they can be.
What do you think's next for them after Bandicoot 4?
Spyro. I think they're going to make a full-blown new
Would it be
Spyro.
we don't need a remaster, right? We got a remaster.
We got that. Yeah.
So
the
definitely be a
Reignited
new-
trilogy, they put all three back out. So I think they're going to make a full-fledged new
All right.
Spyro.
So it would be Spyro 4 technically.
Yes.
That would kind of work with the Crash Bandicoot 4 2 thing.
Right. I think that's where
That makes the most
step.
sense now, especially with keeping the support going for that. I'm happy for that. I still haven't played the remasters of Spyro. I'd like to. I very much fell out of love with Spyro once they came out with Skylanders. I thought it was such a cheap gimmick. Like, while it's, understandable why you would do that with, like, the toys and, like, being able to play them in the game.
Right.
I also hated the look of Spyro in that game. Like, they changed what he looked like, so I was like... And he was also not even the main dude you wanted to play as. Like,
Right.
There's so many other cooler characters, so I'm like, this ain't Spyro, dude. This is just something else. But also...
That's when they were going through that phase of, like, throwing characters you liked into other games just to have them research. It was like, why? Just
There's
put
no
that.
reason.
I get it. You're trying to build and see if they're still interested in the character. But if you're going to represent them to me in a way that I didn't want, then it's like, well, you're making me have eyes on him, but now it's for the wrong reasons. Like, I don't want to play this character in this game.
Yeah. There's
You
no
gotta be
reason
careful
to
with
play
that shit.
Spyro for that. Like, that was the thing that made me mad. I was like, I remember back when Toys R Us still existed, and I would go in there every once in a while, looking for shit. And I would see all the Skylander stuff, and I would never see Spyro. Mm-hmm. You would never see him as, like, his own individual single pack, not even in, like, the thing where you get the actual game with, like, the gamepad. It was always, like, some other character that was, like, highlighted. And I'm like, this is not Spyro, like,
Right.
at all. Like, even though it is, and, like, obviously it is.
It's not the Spyro you came to know and
Yeah.
love. Like, yeah.
It's completely different, and that's fine if they want to, like, rebrand it. But it's one of those things where it's like you kind of forget where you came from,
Right.
and then you forget this thing that was very special and near and dear to a lot of people's hearts. That'd be like them making Crash Bandicoot for, like, that
They did.
game. Well, he was in the game. He wasn't. I mean, like, making a whole universe.
Oh,
like that.
okay,
Like,
okay.
You can't do that. Like, that's fucked.
Right.
But who am I to judge, right? I don't make the big bucks.
They tried to bring Crash back so many times, and then it was just horrible. It was bad, and that's I think they fell off of him because they came out after the original 3 that they were like the ones they remastered. They went on to make like the PS2 one, and what was it? I forgot what it was called. But it was essentially Crash 4, but it wasn't nowhere near as good as the first 3. Mm-hmm. Then they had like a rebranded one where he looked kind of different, and it was just weird. And then they had Twin Sanity, and it was all these like offshoots of Crash where they kept trying to revive them, but they kept changing the formula. It's like, yo, just give us. A lot of people just improve on the formula that was there. I know
That's what
it was kind
Mario
of
did, and it's fucking the most successful thing that there is in the gaming space.
right. So it's like you can't, like, we're creatures of habit, in a sense. We just want the same thing, just expanded.
iPhone.
Exactly. Like, we want.
Cool.
You're
For
a
you
hater.
audio amigos, I just flipped off the camera directly towards Apple because they're 100% listening.
They are. They're in the
They
chat.
are now, and this is clipped another thing that's going posted.
Listen, I know you're in the middle of that lawsuit thing with Epic right now in your court proceedings.
That's another reason why fuck you.
But thanks for stopping your court proceedings to watch Save Before
Yeah.
Quitting.
Fuck you. Bitch. Apple. Put Fortnite back on your phones.
They're about to DM you personally, like, you want to fight?
Yeah.
Come outside, bitch.
It's just like a giant guy in an apple
It's
costume.
an apple with arms and legs. Come fight me.
I'll take a bite out of you, bitch. Take 2 bites.
Then they're gonna send the hard eyes, like, ooh, come
Rebrand.
outside. But just to wrap that up, yeah, you can't. Sometimes we just want the same. That's why Grand Theft Auto is the biggest selling thing ever. That's why Call of Duty is the biggest selling thing ever, because they're just giving you
The same thing.
the same thing in a prettier box. but I don't want to kill people's creativity. Just do it right. Anyway, Nintendo president Shuntaro
You got it. I believe in you.
Shutaro Furukawa states the company is looking into creating more visual content beyond the upcoming Mario movie by Illumination. Quote, animation in general is something that we are looking into, and not just this franchise. I think that's smart. I think they should have been doing that.
Yeah.
Nintendo's properties lend itself to animation. Like, they're the closest thing to, like, Nintendo is like the cartoons of the video game industry. Like,
I'm curious to see what that movie will be, though.
Everybody is.
Because, like, they could honestly make the same mistake that every other one does. Like, I don't think they'll do the Sonic thing, because Sonic's doing it, and they're doing it actually well. Mm-hmm. Like, while I don't like what they're doing with Sonic from, like, a strictly, like, I want a Sonic
I agree 100%.
Thing,
even though I said that was, like my favorite, like, one of the best video game movies to me, while I agree with that, I still just if you've seen the Sonic movie, he starts off, I think we said this on the show before, in Sonic World. He's in Green Hill Zone running around. Like, the whole movie should have took place there. Just make it that. And he don't need to go to the real world. Just make it that. Stop trying to relate it. If you want to
go to the real world, in my opinion, I feel like the real world should come to the video game world. Like Space Jam 1 type shit. Like Michael Jordan coming to Toontown.
Right.
We're not even going to talk about 2 yet, because I don't know how I feel about it still.
I don't either.
I'll still watch it, but, like, there's some stuff that I'm kind of, like, confused about. And, I mean, maybe we'll talk about it in a second, but, like, I really, there's one joke that I very much want to happen in that movie, because, like, my biggest...
We're talking about Space Jam 2 or Mario?
Mario.
Okay.
In the world of Mario, the thing that annoys me the most is people that say Mario. Because, like,
it's obviously Mario.
Well, it's obviously Mario 1. 2, the fact that when he finally started talking, and Mario as a character talks, that he says
his own name.
It's a me, Mario. And he says it so fucking distinctly. And people then go and say, it's a me, Mario. I'm like, how fucking stupid do you have to be as a human being to hear something and say, yeah, that, no, this?
I think it's people just being stuck in their ways, even though he's been saying he's Mario way longer than he wasn't. But I remember, when NES came out and there being Mario 1, 2, 3 World before you ever heard his name and people saying Mario. Like, I remember that.
Yeah.
I think I still know people who do that. But those people just never stopped saying Mario.
And I don't get that. And they need to make a joke about that. Like, in the movie where it's like someone says, oh, it's Mario. And he's like, no, he said Mario. And then, like, it just goes back and forth, like, a couple times.
That does sound like the Illumination kind of comedy, too.
Yeah, it would work really well, honestly, like, straight up. Like, but at the same time, like, fuck you if you say Mario. Come on, dude. Like, that's how, like, Waluigi says Mario, dude. Waluigi says that, like, instead of, like, Mario. It's a Mario. Like, some stupid shit. Like, he says stupid shit.
Luigi, in the original and the new Luigi's Mansion, when you're looking for him, there is a button to press, and he's just like, Mario. Luigi's Mansion 4 comes out, and he's just like, Mario.
It's just like a really disgusting Italian, but owns a butcher shop in New York.
He's a plumber.
Hey, Mario!
Come on, Mama's cooking our sauce. I feel like I'm sorry.
She's got the sauce. Mario! Mario, where are you at in this haunted mansion we are in?
He's all... gotta clip this. He's fucking... By the time he's at Luigi's Mansion 4, he's not even scared anymore. He does it so many times.
Yo, fuck these ghosts, Mario. Let's get out of here. Mama's making a pasta visual over here. We gotta get home for dinner. Get your bitch, Peach, and let's get the fuck out.
Daisy's up my ass.
Daisy be texting me and shit. She's like, where the fuck are you? I got this fucking vacuum on my back. I gotta vacuum the apartment. And we're fucking looking for fucking ghosts and shit. Come on, Mario.
Daisy calls him on the phone like, you got that vacuum vacuuming up them ghosts. You ain't come vacuum up this house.
Listen, bitch. I'm fucking over here looking for my fucking brother. He got fucking taken by a fucking fat ghost. And there's a fucking ghost that's like hiding him away in pictures and shit.
The whole time he's holding his cell phone like this and just like effortlessly vacuuming up ghosts and while talking to him on the phone.
And Casper's just like, wait, no, not me.
Shut the fuck up. Looking for my brother. This movie's gonna be good.
Yeah. I honestly can't wait for that movie. I think it's gonna be a good time, straight up.
It needs to have that joke. It needs to have the joke where, because obviously Princess Peach is gonna get kidnapped, and he has to be like, again. Like,
yeah.
Luigi's like, you think she's doing this on purpose?
You know what? I would love to see some shit where like she doesn't get kidnapped, and it's like they pitch it as a Mario movie the whole time, but then you get to the theaters and they flip the switch, and Mario gets kidnapped by Bowser.
It's funny because they did that, not in the movie, in the game.
I want to see that in the movie.
That would be great.
And then Peach is just like, I got it, and then she just fucking like girl boss style and just like fucking like destroys all the Goombas and like kills them all and just like fucking like Gatling gun John Wick style. Like she took. Bowser took her dog Mario, and she has to go on a fucking murder spree.
That would be crazy.
Goombas.
The rest of this movie were rated PG-13. It's not G anymore. They need
Bowser's
to have
just like the fucking Russian guy. Like, you never heard of Peach? She killed a man with a fucking wand.
They need to have a montage where she's like gearing up to go out.
Oh yeah.
And every time she goes in the closet and comes out, she's a different video game female. Like she goes in,
Like
she comes out, she has Lara
Metroid.
Croft shit.
Yeah.
Then she goes out and has like the Samus. Then she goes in, he has like Aloy. Then she goes back. Like that would be funny.
And then she just comes out as John Wick or like Rambo or some shit. Oh, dude.
She goes like Cammy, Chun-Li. Like that would be funny.
They can't do Chun-Li because then everyone's gonna be like, "Oh, hey, how you doing, Peach?" And it's gonna be weird.
Got them thighs out.
Yeah. Look at them animated thighs.
Well, Nintendo
Hey,
version.
Mario, you see a girl's animated thighs?
She's doing the 100 kick thing. Yeah. What a great episode we're recording. Okay.
God.
Is that it?
That's it for the news for this week. Do we want to check video game news Instagram just in case we missed anything? Or I don't think we have any
No, I
questions.
think we're good. Wait, no, there was one more. Sad news. It seems that the old deadlines for the new digital releases on PS Vita are still valid. That is, the store will continue to work for customers, but the games will stop coming out this summer. So, all you Vita guys and gals, if you're still downloading games for your Vita, if you're still, all indie developers, if you're out there, if you're still putting games out on Vita, after the summer, they are cutting that. You will not be able to do it.
Sad.
A lot of people are upset about that because there are a lot of indie devs who still put games out on Vita. So, all you Vita people, get it in now because it's stopping in summer.
Get it in.
This is a really sexual episode.
So yeah, I mean, we have one question left from Anna that I think we haven't answered in the past necessarily.
Okay.
Welcome to the questions section. We only have one this week. You need to send us more questions, people. We got one. We're out of the backlog. We're into the new era of the pod. We need some questions. Shoot that to us at saybeforequitting
Do that.
at gmail.com, fully spelled out. I'll put it up here. I'll edit it in this time in the video version. If you're on the audio version, you can do it. I believe in you.
We believe in you.
Want to thank Anna again for the long list of questions she asked us. But this is a question that we've slightly touched on in the past, but not to this level. I have a specific answer for this that's funny. So the question is, what are some objectionably, that's not how you spell that word, objectively bad games, as I'm pretty sure she's saying, but she said objectively. So that's a thing.
She's going to give you shit in the Discord.
It's fine.
Now.
Bad games that you personally love. Personally, there's a game that I love called East Shade that is a fun, story-driven indie game where you are a painter who visits this world to commemorate your mother who just passed. It's atmospheric and calm and a good time. Objectively, it's not the best and it's buggy, so I couldn't find it in good faith to tell everyone it's a must-play, but she personally loves it.
Got it.
Do you have your answer? Because I have a fucking meme of an answer, and I don't know if you've heard of this game ever, and it's...
You go. I didn't read the... I had to think about it. You go ahead.
So there's this game on Steam, and it is pretty much imagine Call of Duty, like World at War, but like worse when it comes to graphics. And it takes place on D-Day. The title of the game is Dino D-Day.
Yeah, never heard of this. Wait, it's a PC game, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
I feel like I've seen it. I haven't.
So in this game, you play in World War II with the Axis and the Allies. and you choose your side, and you have, like your random like sniper and your regular like AR guy. You got like a grenade launcher, like a shotgun guy. But then also, on top of those three like regular human characters for each side, you have choices of dinosaurs. Actual dinosaurs with like machine guns strapped to their backs.
So they're not holding the guns in their hands.
No, like there's like, I forget the name of the specific dinosaur. It's like, it looks like a stegosaurus, but its back is armor plated and he's got like the hammer tail. There's like a tank strapped to his top and like he just walks around and you shoot people with that.
Okay.
There's velociraptors that you like claw people with and like bite at them. There's like the little tiny dinky dinosaurs from Jurassic Park 1 that eat the little girl. And there's other ones too. There's like a triceratops and a bunch of other stuff. And then you can also get T-Rexes if you like power yourself up or do good enough. It's like a kill streak and you become a T-Rex that can like bite at stuff and like swipe at stuff, but your arms are like machine guns. And it's straight up just like a TDM capture the flag type game. Like you have those different modes.
Okay.
Like King of the Hill type shit.
This sounds pretty fucking funny.
It's funny as shit. It sucks, but it's also just super fun time because like you're not really trying, you're just having a good time.
Yeah.
And like playing as the human characters is my favorite part because like I'm just this human character getting like animals like chasing me, like velociraptors and shit, and I have to like fuck. It's almost like a horror game in that sense because you're like, holy fuck, like you gotta shoot a velociraptor just like sprinting at you from like
So you
miles
gotta have
away.
pretty quick reaction time.
Yes, so
Got
it's
it.
extremely fun in that sense. It's also terrible. It's like $1 on Steam. Legitimately.
It's a telltale sign.
Yes, and I've played so many hours of that game. It's embarrassing. But
Nice.
at the end of the day, it's a fun, just like, if you want to play a shooter game and you don't want to take it seriously, play Dino D-Day. It's so terrible.
I kind of want to play it now.
Yeah.
That sounds like
It's on Steam,
a
man.
streamable thing.
Yeah. Once you get your PC at some point in the future, #1 Steam download game right there.
Even if I don't, we're gonna just set it up where we do it over the Zoom and play it.
Oh yeah.
You got any more?
No, it's the only one I got that I could think of.
All
All
right.
the other games that are like bad, like I don't really like. There was like a Yu-Gi-Oh Game Boy game that I used to play where it was like it's just a card game on Game Boy, and like objectively it is bad because you're just playing cards on a Game Boy when you could be playing anything else with this Game Boy. Like that's like a problem. I don't know other games besides that. Shit.
Oh, I got one. Batman Returns on the Game Gear. Now, if you're a little too young to know what a Game Gear is, let this old man let you know.
The
It was
OG.
the OG that it was Sega's Game Boy at the time. So, but it was like full color and everything. So they were trying to compete with Game Boy, but you never try to compete with Nintendo handhelds. You lose every time. But it took 6 AA batteries and they all died. It just sucked so much power. It died quickly. But I had one and I had Batman Returns and all the Sonic games. And I think that's the only games I had on it. But Batman Returns, it is not a good platformer, but I played the shit out of that game. It's one of those moments where you're a kid and it's like, I have this, so I'm playing this.
Yeah.
But I played it to the point where I'm like, oh, I know this game at the back of my hand. It sucks, but I know how to play it. But I would just
feel that.
run through that game so much and play that game so much. And to the point where it's like, it's bad, but I'm having fun with this.
I feel like that's a lot of games where it comes to like if it's bad, like it's like it's bad, but like if it's fun to just have a good time with and just like turn your brain off. It's like the Mortal Kombat movie. Like, you turn your
Yeah.
brain off movie, even when they want you to have your brain on and like actually care about it, but you shouldn't because if you do that, then it's not good. But yeah, trying to think of others. Let me like hit up a Google real quick of bad games.
Little Mermaid for the Game Boy, the original Game Boy. Let me explain it. Don't look at me like that. My cousin Chanel, shout out to her. We were kids, and she had a Game Boy. And at the time, I'm a kid, so I just if you have video games in the room, I want to play. Mm-hmm. So I remember us being at my grandfather's house, and she had it, and I didn't care that it was Little Mermaid. Like I see a video game in the room. I want to play this game, and I think I sat there the entire time we were at my grandfather's house, and I'm just on this game. I didn't expect to be playing it that much, but it was actually an all right little 2D I don't want to say it was good, but it was a tolerable game, and I played that. What? That's when, but then at the same time, Disney games were the shit back then. So it didn't even matter that it was Little Mermaid. It was a Disney, like, side-scrolling game.
I just found an article on The Guardian. I think it would be fun. This is the 30 worst video games of all time. I feel like it'd be fun to run through this real quick. So we got, no, I don't think they go in any particular order, so we'll just go down the list. So we got 50 Cent, Bulletproof.
I never played those games. Some people like those games.
This man has the most insane musculature I've ever seen in my life that is so inaccurate to who he is.
I don't know. At the time, he was Diesel. He looked. I mean, obviously, it's all blocky and video gamey, but still.
Bad Street Brawler for the NES.
I never played that.
Designed for the Power Glove. That makes some
No, well, that
sense,
makes you know it sucks.
Bomberman Act Zero.
I remember when that came out. I didn't even want to play that.
About Bubsy 3D.
Didn't play that. I played the other Bubsy games though.
Dude,
I heard it's notoriously bad though.
Yes. That's a Custer's Revenge for the Atari. Just look at that screen grab of what that picture is.
Oh yeah, I remember hearing about this. It was so fucking like it was like an adult only game.
That man's penis is erect and the size of his arm in this game. Yes. I won't put a screenshot up. I look up Custer's Revenge, for fuck's sake. Duke Nukem Forever.
Yeah, that's notorious.
E.T.
That's notorious.
I'm not even going to read that one out. Hotel Mario.
There's a million YouTube videos made of that game where they make fun of it.
That's the last one on the list. But that's only the part one. But damn, man, there's a lot of bad video games. I can't think of any more besides those few.
Yeah, there's a lot of bad games that I'm trying to nail down. Bad games that I liked though.
Yeah.
Because those are just bad. Like, I don't want to play those.
Bug Snacks.
Oh shit.
Kind of bad. Like in my opinion, it's not a bad game. It was just like very, I don't know, boring to me. I know I'm gonna get hate from Josh from Haptic from that, but like, because he loved that game, he fucking platinumed it. Like,
Josh goes in, man.
Yeah,
I'll be seeing his tweets. I'm like, I'll be liking all of them. Like, yo,
yeah,
I'd feel you.
But like, don't get me wrong, like it was okay, but it was just like Pokemon, but like way too complex and like weird. And then like it tried to be a deeper meaning to the story, and then kind of creepy at the same time for some reason.
For some reason, I don't know why I had to go that direction.
It was weird. I don't know, but I don't know. There's not too many. To be fair,
right? Yeah, I think Eternal Champions for Sega Genesis sucked, but I played it all the time. It was a fighting game, trying to capitalize on the times where like Mortal Kombat was out, because it was a fighting game. It had fatalities, but it's not Mortal Kombat, so they called them something different. Like, and it was all solely based on how you killed the enemy or where they landed in the stage if the fatality would happen.
Gotcha.
I remember there being a level that was like this tropical kind of level where there was like vines and you're fighting in like shallow water. And if you knock your opponent on a certain part of the stage, these vines would come out from the bottom and drag them into the water, and then you would just see blood come up. It was Eternal Champions. YouTube it. It's out there.
You know what? Nintendogs.
I never played Nintendogs.
See, that's the thing. Like, I talk so much shit on Nintendogs because, like, as an adult, I can look back on it and be like, well, that was just a marketing play to, like, sell more games. Because, like, at the end of the day, you could buy, like, every version of a dog as a different Nintendog. Like, you can buy Husky or Golden Retriever. But the thing is, in the actual game itself, besides, like, the loading screen, you could get a Husky in the Golden Retriever game. You could get a Golden Retriever in the Husky game. It wasn't, like... I don't know what the big deal was about the different changes. I think it was just like the cover art and like the main menu. But like, I remember when those games first came out, man. Like, my brother and I and like our cousins, like we played the shit out of them, like straight up, and like it was a fun time. Like you would like take your dog to the dog show and like make it compete and like run through the hoops and shit. And like
I remember it being a thing, like a big thing. Like,
yeah,
that game was getting a lot of promo.
Yeah, and it wasn't. It's not a good game, but it was one of those games where you look back on it and you're like, that was a good time. Like it was one of those it was definitely a turn your brain off, like kind of, because you want to take care of the dog, but like you know, like bathing the dog and like giving it a shower, making it clean after you take it out for a walk, and then you're taking it out for a walk. And it was funny because for the DS, you would take like your little stylus pen and like you could like yank the collar and like, the leash to make it like run. And it was funny. It wasn't funny. It was you could like yank it like super hard and it would like start sprinting and like and then if you yank it upwards it would like do like a jump and like look at you and be like really happy like yeah I just jumped and shit like that. But like
you hear that
like,
out there, kids? You want to make your dog run really fast and jump?
Yank its leash up
yank on the leash,
and he's happy about it.
We do not promote any violence to animals.
Yeah,
so
PETA probably shut that.
Don't
shit
actually
down.
do that.
Yeah, and then it would shit all over the place too, and you'd be like, "Oh, I gotta clean up the dog shit."
This is fun.
Yeah.
Oh, I got one. Legacy of Goku for GBA, the first Dragon Ball game for GBA.
I will admit those sucked. But the Boo's Fury, that was the first one that I played.
I didn't.
You didn't play that one?
How many of? There was like 3 of them, right?
There was Legacy of Goku 1, Legacy of Goku 2, and then there was Boo's Fury, which like picked up right afterwards, and that was the one that I played because it was like right after the Cell Saga.
I heard they got good. I only played 1 and 2, I think.
I think 2 was technically good because that was where you played as Gohan and you beat Cell, I think.
Yeah, see, I played 1 for sure because I remember playing all the way through. It's terrible. I remember getting it, and I was playing it just off of the fact that that's before we were getting just Dragon Ball games back to back.
Yeah.
So that came out, and it was like, oh shit, we're finally getting some Dragon Ball games in America.
Oh yeah.
So besides Dragon Ball GT for PS1, which is hot garbage, but I rented it so many times because it was the only Dragon Ball game that we got. So over here. So anyway, Legacy of Goku. I remember playing that so much. Even playing it like this isn't that good, but I'm telling myself it's good because I wanted a Dragon Ball game so bad. And I remember game had so much unnecessary grinding. The enemies could kill you. You're Goku and you're so weak.
Yeah, that was very consistent with Boo's Fury as well. But I don't know, man. There's a charm to those games, man.
It was.
The fighting was so shit.
It was so like rudimentary. Like it was so basic and dumb the way the fighting was for an action RPG kind of game. I want
to play that now again. I'm about to like find like a ROM of Boo's Fury and like
stream
it.
We should do that. We should then react to it. Maybe we should start another series alongside and just bad games.
Bad games, yeah. That was one thing that Anna was suggesting. It wasn't a question. It was one of the suggestions she had, where it was like we play some of those old like CD-ROM games, like the Putt Putt and like Spy Fox and shit. And like she had a couple that I didn't even know when she was like messaging it. And I was like, that sounds cool and all, but like I don't think those are easy to find online, like as opposed to like Game Boy games, which is weird to think. Like I don't think I can find Spy Fox, the point and click adventure, or like Pajama Sam. Like I don't think I can find them.
You know what? But if they would be funny to play, given how like primitive the game architecture is. There would be a lot of like memery to be had.
I remember when I played those games, I felt so fucking stupid as a kid because I didn't know what the hell to do. So I would just like literally like crossword puzzle it, and I would just start clicking really fucking fast from top left to very like, and it would just the whole screen
until something
happened. Because I did not know, because like I would exhaust all the things that were like interactable, but it wouldn't be like the actual thing you had to do. And I'm like, fuck. I don't know what to do because I'm a stupid kid. Meanwhile, the thing's like obviously there to see because, you know, I'm stupid.
Kid brain, man.
Yeah. But yeah, man.
Kid brain, like you want things to just happen immediately. You don't have patience for that shit. Like, let's go.
That was, I forget when it was when I started playing the Boo's Fury game though, but like I remember it's not a spoiler alert because if you are a Dragon Ball Z fan, you know how the story goes. But like you get to the final fight, which is against Kid Buu, and you're switching between. You have Goku and Vegeta, and they're up on a hill, and like when one dies, you get the other, and you have to keep fighting. Or no, you play as Vegeta while Goku's doing the Spirit Bomb. So you're playing only as Vegeta fighting Kid Buu, who is fast as fuck, bro. Like just running all over the place. You go somewhere, he's there 2 seconds later. Like he's just on you. And I remember one time I was like so close to beating him, and my health was so low, and I had nothing to like heal myself. So I was just running in circles, like for like 30 minutes while my health like slowly regenerates back up, and like I just like would do like one hit like bah, and just like run away, just bah, just run away.
That's how that game was. I remember that.
Dude, but like...
Those games, I should say.
And it was 100% like that in the other ones, in the Boo's Fury, but it was so much more flushed out and better. Like, you could choose your characters you wanted. Like, you would level up your Gohan, and you would level up your Piccolo and Vegeta and Goku. Goku died at the one point, because, like, you know, he dies.
Yeah, in the story.
And then... I remember I played the fuck out of Gohan because Gohan's the best character, even with the Great Saiyaman. Fuck you if you would think otherwise.
Teen Gohan, the one that beat Cell,
Yeah.
and Trunks are my favorite Dragon Ball Z characters.
Oh, yeah. I remember I when I was a kid, I loved Great Saiyaman when he did like that superhero thing. So I was just like, this is cool. Like, he's a superhero, so like he has to be in disguise. That's cool. I like that. And then like... he immediately got rid of like the cape and then the helmet, and then I was like, well, this outfit in and of itself is cool, like the black jumpsuit with like the little like the green, and then he's got the Super Saiyan hair and shit. And I was like, that's fucking lit. And then he started training. What was her name again? Like Pam? Videl, yeah. Wasn't the kid's name Pam or something like that?
His daughter is Pan.
Yeah, Pan in GT, right? But that's not canon.
No, it's no longer canon.
Yeah.
They tried to make it canon originally, but it's not canon anymore.
Yeah. Dude, that's such a good show. Fucking Dragon Ball Z, man. I gotta watch Super still. I know people love that show.
Super.
Yeah. I watched the movie,
The Broly?
the Broly one, and then they retconned the movie because they redid it in the show.
Yeah,
And I don't like that because that movie was so fucking good.
it was.
Like, because I love the original Broly movie, and I have that on DVD.
I remember that shit.
Dude, I wore the fuck out of that DVD because the music in that was so sick. Like, you would put it in, and it would have, like, listen to the soundtrack of Dragon Ball Z Broly. And it'd be, like, some fucking, like, third
always
eye
a guitar
blind
in
and
there,
shit.
yeah.
Like, some Goku's getting his ass pounded into a wall and, like, screaming. It's like, like, breaking Benjamin and shit. Like,
I miss the days of the what was it, FMVs, when they had, everybody would put like
AMVs and shit, yeah.
AMVs. They would put the music over the clips of Dragon. I miss that era
dude,
of the internet. That was the shit back then.
I remember that stuff. There was AMVs, and then it was weird because right around that time is when I got into wrestling, and they started doing wrestling ones as well. So it'd be like fucking Jeff Hardy highlights and shit, like for his intro for the Tron. And they put like fucking Seether over it and shit instead of his music that he made himself. I'm like, yeah, he should use that instead. Like fucking stupid kid brain. Like,
I remember seeing a Dragon Ball one, and it was Breaking the Habit. Like, I'm breaking the habit, and watching all these crazy clips over that song, and I should just be like, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen.
Those were great, man. Damn. Simpler times of bad games. But yeah, I think it's a good episode. If you'd like to see us play bad games as a series on YouTube, let us know.
Yeah.
And then if you do, let us know which game to play first. I'm 100% finding a ROM of Boo's Fury, and I might just stream that for funsies. Don't know if Twitch will allow me to do that because it's technically a stolen game, but we'll see.
It's way crazier things happening on Twitch.
Oh yeah, there's worse stuff.
Yeah.
Hot tub streams and shit. But yeah, if you want to shoot us a question, because we definitely need questions now that we've run out, please do so at saybeforequitting@gmail.com, fully spelled out. If you don't want to email us because emails are the government just trying to spy on us, you can do it on social media. Via Twitter, Twitch, Instagram. Well, you can't really do it on Twitch, but if we're streaming, tell us on Twitch. Instagram, Twitter, Twitch, and TikTok. All of our tags are the same at save the letter B, number 4 quitting.
Yep.
More TikTok content coming in soon. We're going to be kind of blasting that thing with a ton of content coming soon, where we're just going to like overload it with pod clips for the video. And
we're going to repurpose those same clips elsewhere. Yeah. You'll see them on Twitter, Instagram. So,
but go like them everywhere if you like them. If you don't like them anyway. Fuck you, IGN. But yeah, it's been another episode.
You guys, look out for Project Storm because it's coming.
Yeah, it's Project Storm.
Project Storm, man.
Yeah.
Woo.
Check out our YouTube page. The final part of the Mario Party video, the last video with Nico, for the time being, will be posted the same week this podcast is out. There will also be the first episode of Resident Evil 8 coming out as well, of the Bitch Made series, where you might be mad about it, but Ant and I will be tossing the controller back and forth because honestly, I can't play the whole thing, and it's going to be a time. So
No. Not even just that, but like I want to play that game
Yeah.
too. So yeah.
and fucking A, well, it's apparently a good game. So there's that. But yeah, keep an eye out for that. Go check that out. Like that. Share that to all your
Please.
friends on social media.
Please
Join the NGP army.
Please
And remember to always
save before quitting.
Doses.
Project Storm. The storm comes soon. Nico, no! That's what it is.